Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the K-Series engine, 1.8 litre.
The head gasket has failed. Hey! Hey! Of course it has. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. What a beautiful day in Lincolnshire. It's just got worse. In the previous video, Dad and I took the Rover 75 for a test drive. It went so well. 40 beautiful minutes of driving through the Lincolnshire countryside. We saw lots of nice things. We saw houses for sale and sheep in the fields. We got back to the workshop to investigate a gurgling noise. Dad took the expansion cap off and water started pissing out the front of the block. The head gasket's gone. Hooray! Cue 100 people telling me in the comments below and since the 1st of January that they told us so and that the head gasket did need doing. We obviously did the cylinder leakage test on the block. You've seen that video. Dad got his whistle on there, made sure that no air was escaping. Well, clearly there is, and there's water escaping as well. The head gasket needs replacing. Let's do it.
On telly, they put a little cross on the floor and tape for me to
Well, I'm
stand.
not putting a mark on the floor for you to come and stand. Come on in, come and tell us all. Hello, how are you?
I'm not very good, mate.
So we've taken the car for a test drive. And the head gasket's blown, right?
Yeah.
Has it blown on that test drive?
No.
Talk us through what you've seen.
It's water running down the front of the block. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not the worst thing that's happened to me today.
No.
Listen, viewers, me blooming Hyundai's been damaged in the car park, and that's gutted me.
Yes.
This
yes.
is not a problem.
No, we will talk about that in another video about the damage to your Hyundai. Long story short, someone in a Toyota Prius has backed into it and buggered off. It has caused a bit of a mess as well. It's a new door side of things. Again, we're going to cover that in a video. We're going to look at it.
And I'm not chuffed.
Dad's not happy. Could have been worse. It could have been the Rover 75.
If anybody wants to know why Dad's a bit grumpy, that's why.
Yeah. Because someone's bashed your Hyundai. Not because you get to take the head off a Rover 75. You've said it all along. You've said this all along. And people in the comments have said all along, do the head gasket is faulty. So we've taken it for a test drive. Now what?
And it drives lovely, doesn't it? But it's got a bit of a water leak.
There wasn't any leaks when we got the car back to the garage. We've been and had
Now it's cooled
dinner.
down.
It's cooled down. You've taken the expansion cap off.
Yeah, but it was leaking before, mate.
Oh, was it? So we've obviously seen in the last video the leak. We're going to look at that leak in a minute. But why has that happened? Just it's failed.
It's been wrong all along, hasn't it?
So what's the next plan?
Take the head off and mend it.
Take the head off.
Yes.
Replace the gasket and mend it.
Yes. Lots of people will probably say we need to change the blooming oil rail.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens, right?
We'll see how it is.
So this video, what are we going to do? We're going to start stripping
the
it,
head off.
take the head off and have a look and see what's going on. How long is that going to take?
It all depends how quick you are with the spanners, mate.
Okay, let's put a head gasket on it.
I've done a few in the past. I've done a few.
Are you excited about this process?
Don't begin with what I'm thinking of, no. I'm not excited about it, no.
It makes great content.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
This month I might be able to afford to buy you a 4-post lift.
I need an Hyundai i10 offside front door.
That is true. If anyone's got a Hyundai i10 in Morning Glory Blue Mark II that they're breaking, let me know. We need a front driver's door.
In perfect condition.
Yeah, not one with a great big hole in it because we've got one of them.
You get one of them, yeah.
Okay, right, let's take the head off. Let's see what we're doing. Maybe we won't make the Rustival. We'll soon find out. Man versus head gasket. It begins.
We need to change the coolant, don't we?
Yeah?
I'm going to let the water go out there.
Okay. Right, so first port of call, what are you going to do?
I'm going to take the water out the old girl, mate.
Yep, and then we're going to get it in the garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than swamp the garage out.
You're just going to let the water
I think so.
piss out?
We're going to get some more.
Yeah.
Organise some more.
Yeah, oat coolant.
It's oats.
What are you doing? Just taking a radiator pipe off?
Yes, mate.
Cool. If you like Rover 75 content, this is the car for you.
Here she comes. You can get the hose pipe then and wash that off. We'll be right. It's only a machine.
I don't think it's meant to do that.
It's only a machine. It's only a flipping machine.
Hey, you get to use your new oh, that's not your new floor jack. Well, I suppose let's take the under tray off again. So first port of call then, as you've just seen, Dad's taken the under tray off. He's taken all these hoses off, all the hoses off there, and all the coolant is out. The reason being, well, we're going to have to take all the coolant out anyway, and well, if we're going to be scrambling around on the floor in the garage, the last thing we want is coolant all over the floor. Car's jacked up just to get it draining. As you can see, it's still draining. Next port of call, get it in the garage, start stripping it down. Right, let's get some stuff off. I've helped. I've got this cover off. Is that done? Is that the head gasket done?
That's it, it's finished.
That's it, job done. Right, so stuff's coming off. What are you taking off there? Just stuff. Loose stuff. Airbox, air filter. Why has that come off?
Because I want to get to the battery terminal. Told you so, told you so, told you so.
You did tell me so, and lots of other people told you so as well.
Yeah, we've all been told so. But we just thought we might be lucky.
We thought we'd get away with it, right? Clearly we haven't. Hey, it's all good content. Give me that here. It's all good content.
Ah, excellent.
What can you see?
Stuff. Stuff to take off.
Right, as you can see, Dad started taking some bits off. What have you taken off? This cover.
That, all them hoses, these pipes, wires, thingamajigs.
And why have you taken that off when it's still out here? Because we've got to get
draining. So
just while you're draining.
I'm trying not to waste any time.
Yes. I'm guessing we're going to do the water pump and timing belt while we're doing it.
As long as you're buying it. Because the older you get, the less time you have.
What about cash?
Hey?
What about cash?
Well, definitely get less cash. This Rover 75's costing me money.
Is it?
Yeah, I left a load of receipts on your seat, but they've disappeared.
Didn't see them. Okay, fine. So you're letting it drain, taking some bits off that you can, then we'll get it in the garage.
That's right, son.
And then I'm guessing it'll be take the blooming head off.
Yes, son.
Worst case scenario?
The liners have dropped and the engine's scrap.
Which means the car's scrap.
Yeah.
Put it back together quick. I'm quietly confident that's going to be okay, are you?
I'll be surprised if it's not.
Could be the third thing that went wrong today, though.
Could be, mate, could be. Yeah, the liners could be on the blooming deck. Hey, it's not a big deal. If it's broken, it's broken.
How many of these have you done in your lifetime?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
Roughly?
I don't know, mate.
Over 100?
It all depends on, we've got a Rover 20, you've got everything add it in, haven't you?
How many K-series head gaskets have you replaced in your career?
I know.
The fact that it's quite a few is quite telling. Good job I cleaned the steering wheel. Done a good job, that.
Yeah, you made a grand job of it. In fact, what we can do, we can put some cling film on your steering wheel.
Oh, there you go.
Like we do in a professional garage. Let's do it now.
We don't need to do that.
We do, we're going to do it.
We don't need to put cling film on the steering wheel.
I'm fed up of hearing about your steering wheel, to be honest with you. I'm blinking fed up about hearing about your blinking steering wheel.
Hey, you know that steering wheel?
I'm fed up of hearing about your steering wheel. I'm fed up of hearing about your blinking clean steering wheel.
Oh, he's done a good job there. I like that. Good job. What are you doing?
I'm fed up of hearing about you whinging about your clean steering wheel.
Good. That looks good.
Now shut up about your clean steering wheel.
Maybe we should get the car in the garage.
That's a good idea, son.
Shall I push and you steer?
Sounds like a plan, son. You watch the near side. Are you watching the near side?
Not really.
Oh,
Loads of space.
You need to do.
3 foot. Well, we're in.
Are we in, dude?
Yeah.
Need plenty of room to piddle about at the front.
Loads of space.
Yeah, that'll do me.
Blimey heck, look at that steering wheel there. Clean.
Fed up of hearing about your steering wheel. Yes. This is where my toolbox ought to be on end.
Okay, so car is in the garage. Now what are you doing?
I'm just taking bits off from the top.
Still taking bits
Then
off?
then I'll jack it up and I'll take bits off from the bottom. That's what we're going to do, me almighty load. We're not powered down yet, Doodlebug.
So you've not taken the battery off yet because the ECU's still powering down?
Yeah, I'm letting her power down.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
I'm letting it power down first, old mate. We're taking bits off. There's not many spanners you need to take a Rover 75 to bits. I'll tell you a funny story now. I took that out of my toolbox before we went on road test.
What's that? Is it the 10mm socket?
No, it's the E12 Torx, but it's a snap-on one. And it'll stand more than the cheapo ones for taking the head bolts out.
You've preempted this, is what you're saying?
Well, I took it out of my toolbox.
You thought we was going to need it?
I don't know why I did it, really.
Well, you've jinxed it now, haven't you?
But I just took it out of my toolbox and thought, oh, there it is. And I left it out. Because, what's the word for it? I had a snap-on one because the others couldn't stand the hammer.
Aha! Cams. Okay, so you've taken off the, what's the cam cover?
Yes, mate.
And you've taken off some sort of tin plate.
That's the gasket.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think it sort of stops all the oil splashing around at the top as well somehow.
And now you're taking off this engine mount for some reason.
Yes, because I was left to have that engine mounted off. Because it's in me way. It'll be in me way.
And why do you need to take that engine mount off?
Because I need to get at them cam wheels, son.
I see. And that mounting is in the way for that.
It is. I'm just getting stuff undone. Just one, the earth lead.
Yeah.
And it will be loose. It was over tightened, but
I've tucked it in there so it doesn't touch anything metal.
doesn't matter what it does, it's the earth lead. That's why you don't take the positive one off.
What, and attach it here maybe? Or here? Or here? Just, and then touch that, it'd be fine, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, what do you want your
The only
10mm?
place you don't want it to touch is that battery lead.
Yeah, that's true.
Battery terminal. Right, let's take this here thingy-majig off here. And I'm going to have to get a light. We'll take the manifolders off. Just going to take bits off. It's not very exciting, you know. Just taking bits off. But Dad's took it to bits and chucked all the bits in one box and we don't know where they all go.
Yeah, are you keeping a tab on all these nuts and bolts and stuff?
Well, yeah, there's a theory. There is a plan.
What's the plan?
The plan is the nuts and bolts that come off from the top are all in there.
Oh, okay, and then, okay, fair enough, underneath a different one. Hey, it could be worse.
Yeah, you could be doing it.
No, it could be an MGTF. That would have been fun.
That would have been horrid.
Yeah, there's lots of room there. You can get your hand in there and...
MGTF.
That really wouldn't have been nice.
Wouldn't.
Well, you said you wanted to do the head gasket. Now you're doing the head gasket.
I know.
And you can do the valves.
Oh, yes.
And you can do the timing belt.
I shan't do the valves if I do a blinking thing and they're not leaking. It might have just been an anomaly.
And you can do the water pump.
Yeah, the water pump wants doing more in here, doesn't it? I think after all this trouble the car's had, I think it'd be stupid not to do it.
It would be negligent to not do the water pump while
I think so.
Yeah, for the sake of what?
Not being funny, I've never known many of these have had much trouble with the water pump.
Okay.
But this is not a normal car, is it?
Well, it is the Rover concern.
This isn't a normal Rover, though. This is special.
Why is this one special?
I can't use that language on the internet. It's a special Rover. It's the exception to the rule, perhaps.
It is the pinnacle of British engineering.
Oh, I'm proud to be associated with it.
Your nose is growing.
I ain't had the head off many Hondas. Just that's just a thought that crossed through my mind. Chuck this out there. All you engineers, how many Hondas have you took the head off? And how many Rovers have you took the head off?
That'd be an interesting poll.
Do you know, I think all the time I was doing them Renaults, I only had about 2 heads off, and they was on old ones.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
You know why though, don't you?
No?
Because they all died after about 5 years.
Genuinely, I know it's a running joke. Rover K series engine, head gasket.
Yep.
Why do the head gaskets fail on these K series engines?
I don't know. There's so many theories, I'm not going to put my mind forward, but
they do, as you quite rightly suggest. It seems like they are a weak spot on these engines.
I don't know the answer to it, mate, but there's lots of thought about it, and I don't think I'm qualified to have a thought on it, really.
Let me know in the comments below.
There's engineers know about this.
Yeah, if you're an engineer, or if you're, no, maybe you have a theory.
Yeah,
Let us know in the comments below.
Because no matter who you are, if you've got some sort of theory, it might be something that nobody's ever thought of.
Exactly. In the comments, why does the Rover K series engine head gasket fail? But don't say it's because it's rubbish and it should be scrapped.
That's Lotus wouldn't have had it, would they?
No, that's true.
Because some of the best engineers in the country would have thought Lotus, aren't they?
Sensible answers only in the comments, which is difficult sometimes for YouTube. Inlet manifold is off. Right, okay, so I've got my paper here.
I've done everything I can.
I've got my pen.
Right,
This is my shopping list.
Yep.
What do I need to buy?
Oats.
Oat coolant.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, what are you doing? You're pushing me out of the way. Oh yeah, right. What's that? 6.2 litres of oats.
That's the total cooling system capacity.
Right, hang on a
so
minute.
if you have ready mixed, you're going to need that much.
Oat coolant.
If you have concentrate, you don't want that much, will you?
6.2 litres. What else do I need to buy? Pistons?
You want a water pump, don't you?
Oh yeah, water pump.
Yeah, you said you wanted a water pump.
Yeah, I need one of them. Timing belt.
Yep, need a timing belt.
Now, thankfully, due to some lovely people on the internet,
Stars.
we've already got some head bolts and
Gaskets.
some gasket sets. So hopefully you don't need any of them.
Get a sensor.
What sort of sensor?
The thermistor off the top there, look. Get one of them.
What's that? Oh yeah, all right, okay. Thermistor.
Yeah, that's if they're cheap. Somebody said they're only a tenner. If they're only a tenner, change the
Thermistor, question mark.
Yeah.
You got a part number on there?
No.
Is that thermistor there?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, we need one of them. What else do we need? Oil.
No, I'm not going to get that contaminated with a bit of luck.
No, okay. Anything else on my shopping list?
9.
I hope you're using your new jack to jack the car
I
up.
think we ought to use the new
Oh,
jack.
nice.
Why are you grafting so hard? I want to go for a cuppa.
When you were working in the garage, how long roughly would you have got to do one of these? A day? 2 days? How long? You tell me.
You'd expect to do 2 of these a day.
Really? What about liners and pistons and all that
That was
sort
a
of
day's
stuff?
job you was allowed under warranty.
So car's getting jacked up, axle stand's going in. Why is it that you are jacking the car up?
God, I've got to take this wheel off to turn the cranking shaft.
So I've just been and had some dinner, full disclosure. You've been working on this. What's that piece of cardboard that you've got up there?
That's got the plan on for the serpentine belt.
Show me that. So you've made that. Hang on a minute. What's that all about?
You know the serpentine belt?
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you've drawn that so you know which way the belt goes.
Yeah, because you can bet your life I shall have forgotten by the time it comes round to putting it back on.
Jolly good. And now what are you working on? Taking some more bits off?
I am, mate. I'm taking this silly old bracket off here. That holds the alternator. Which is proving to be very tight.
And then is it take the head off?
Not yet. We've got the crankshaft, the timing pulleys and the belt to take off soon. And then we shall be very close to taking the...
Hooray!
I'd set myself a target of when the head was off, we'd go for a cup of tea.
All right, yeah.
We've cheated and gone for food, so I'm going to have tea.
Hey, my mum made me a sandwich, so what could I do? I couldn't say no to my mum, who's taken all that time to make me a chicken sandwich.
See, giving you my chicken, I see. No blinking wonder I'm thin. No blinking wonder I'm blinking thin. Giving me chicken to the big people.
Dad's gone in for a well-deserved cup of tea, so he's left me with a task, which is to take these manifold nuts off of here. I think there's 6 of them. And get these off, ready for taking off the head. What are you removing?
There's a stud that holds this bracket and it just stops you getting at it.
Oh dear, if there's a stud in the way, I'll get out of the way.
Yeah, rightio. Rightio.
Okay, so we've been, working on this for maybe an hour? On and off, 2 cups of tea and chicken sandwiches. That manifold is now off and loose. What's next?
Take the timing wheels off.
Oh yeah, they've got to come off.
Do the crank pulley.
Make sure that nothing else is connected.
Put that under the engine.
So you've got the jack under the engine. Why is it that you're jacking the engine up?
Because I'm going to just tip the engine up this end.
Yeah.
To get at the timing wheels and stuff easily.
Is that a little top tip?
No, anybody would do it.
Ah, there you go.
Anybody would do it. I've took the lower mounting off as well, so the engine will go up and down smoothly.
Well, it's the end of the day here in the workshop, and actually we didn't get as far as we would have hoped to have done in this teardown. Why? Well, because as Dad mentioned earlier in the video, some bastard run into the side of his Hyundai. So, in fairness to Dad, he's been sorting that out this afternoon. So, the next port of call is going to be getting the head off. We've got it to a point where it's stripped down. Come and tell the people what you've done. Come and stand here. And apart from wanting to kick someone in the Toyota Prius up the arse, what have you done?
What have I done, my old mate? We've taken all the manifolds off. We've taken the manifolds off. We've drained the water. We've got the top off. We've got this engine mounting off so we can get at these wheels. I've loosened these wheels. The engine's timed up. You'll be able to show the people in a minute. It's on the safe mark, which I've highlighted with a white pen so you can see them.
Nice.
And I've put the...
You've put this in place. What's that red thing?
That's the timing tool, holds the cam gears.
Good. Obviously, we didn't get as far on
I
the
didn't
strip
put them
down.
white marks on. Somebody else who's had,
Yeah, someone else has done
who's
it.
had the head off has done that.
Obviously, didn't get as far as we wanted to
No.
because we've been sorting out that other issue. Not a major problem. What's the next port of call in the next video? Get the head off.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I've loosened I've loosened that, I've loosened the crank pulley. The crank pulley was really, really tight.
Yeah, fair
Really,
enough.
really tight. I had to have Big Bertha on it.
Show me Big Bertha. Show me Big Bertha. Holy moly! Look at the size of that. Where did that? That's a snap-on. Look at the size of that.
I had to have Big Bertha on it to shift it.
Fair enough. Thanks for Big Bertha. Yeah, so in this video, not as much progress as we wanted to do. I will come back tomorrow. It is dark. It's, you know, nearly the end of the, well, it is the end of the day. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll get the head off and we'll do part 2.
We will, me old mate.
But we've had a relatively busy day.
Yeah, it would have been off, mate, but I had to deal with my phone calls.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. Yes, you all told us that we were going to have to do the head gasket. We're going to have to do the head gasket, right? And then next it'll probably be putting a new door on a Hyundai i10.
No, it's going to them repairing people.
Oh, there you go. It's been sorted. If you have enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Until next time, thanks for watching. You said we was going to have to do the head gasket. We're doing the head gasket.
And the water pump.
And loads more.
Yeah, we'll
the
do
good
the
news is, for you guys, loads more content on the way in the next couple of weeks.
While
Take
we're
care.
in there, we'll do the water pump now, me old mate.
Yeah,
won't we?
exactly.
Not worth. We've
Last-
done everything else.
Last word from you.
Pistons!
Take care. Thank you. Goodbye. Pistons! Well, you made that look easy. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. John here on what is a much milder day in Lincolnshire. It's certainly taken a tumble in temperature in the garage. If you haven't caught up with the videos on the channel, we took the car for a test drive. Everything was going fine apart from a little gurgling within the cabin. We got the car back, we opened up the expansion cap and water started running out from the front of the block. The head gasket had blown. Whether or not it was historic and we hadn't found it, or whether or not it had gone on the test drive, I'm not sure. But we started then stripping down the engine bay to a point where we can now get the head off the engine. In the previous video, that's what we did. We got the manifold off, we've got the top off, we've started stripping the engine bay down. In this video, we're going to get the head off. We're going to have a look at the head, make sure that everything's okay, make sure nothing's warped, make sure the liners haven't dropped, make sure the pistons and the valves are okay, and start the repair process. First port of call, get the head off, have a look, and see how far we get. Day 2, working on the Rover 75 head gasket. Morning.
Good morning, Jonathan.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Living the dream.
Yes, day 2 of working on the head gasket repair on the Rover 75. When we left you yesterday, have you done anything else since or not?
No, I wasn't allowed to.
What are we going to be doing today?
I'm going to undo this crikey tensioner bolt.
Yes, which was quite stiff by the looks of
It
things.
was a bit beyond its 25 Newton meters, which they
Should be talked to.
that was fairly tight. That was, wasn't it? It's got the automatic tensioner on. This one has.
Okay, so you're taking that off.
Yeah. I'm just going to slacken the tensioner off.
And once you've loosened that off, what are you going to be doing? Taking off the cam wheels.
I'm going to just take all this end off then, my old mate. It's put in its safe position. So the mark on there that's got inlet is to the middle. The mark on there that's got exhaust is to the middle. That's from a previous repair. And I've got the old 18G tool in there.
Yeah, what is that tool that you've got in there? Let's just have a just zoom in on there. I can't really see it, you know. Oh, there it is. No, I can't see it. Hang on. Hold it up. Keep it still. Don't move it then. What at?
It's a tool.
What does it do?
It holds the cam wheels in the position for timing it up.
That's so they don't move when
I'm putting the belt on.
putting the belt on.
That's it, mate. That's really all you need. 'Cause it's got marks anyway. You could probably do it without, but it'd be a fiddle. But it's got to.
Okay, so that's coming out, that's coming off. So you'll take that belt off.
Yeah, chuck it away.
And then
I've got to
throw it away.
Take some bolts. Not in a minute, but I've got to take some bolts away out the back of there. There's some bolts behind there, my old mate. Holds the timing cover to the engine.
So once you've got those wheels off, are you physically taking the wheels off?
Yes, mate.
Yeah. You've got the wheels off, you've got the belt off. You'll take that whole end off, I'm assuming? All the plastic cover?
No. I'll just take the bolts out and pull it to one side. And now I'm going to take these wheels off.
So you're going down towards the crankshaft turning area there. What are you...
Taking the crankshaft pulley off my old mate.
Oh, right, okay, let's have a look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. The crankshaft pulley is off.
Certainly is, mate.
Looking good. No damage to anything there from what I can see.
Looks alright, this. It's an old car, isn't it? Right. So firstly then we've got to take that tensioner off. Let's not worry about that. Let's get the head off first. Let's just get the head off. I'll take that off when I want to do the belt. Right, we'll jack the engine up a bit to make my life easier. Make sure that nothing catches the radiator. I've got some wood under the sump so I don't damage it. We'll whip these wheels off.
So you've jacked the engine up, and the reason you've done that is so you can see the things that hold those wheels in place.
Just to make my life easier.
You just get at it easier. Okay.
Just to make my life easier, mate. Not many people tend to make my life easier, so I'll make it easier myself.
That's the first wheel. Let's have a look at that.
You can see somebody's marked that because that's where the dowel needs to be when you put it back together.
Yeah.
If you're using that pulley on the inlet, you put the dowel in there. It's the same pulley there, but you'd put it there, if you see what I mean.
I see. So someone has marked that up so we know that that is...
They've marked it to make the life easier when they're putting it together. They're making the life easier. It's where the engine's timed up. All the pistons are level at the safe mark,
yeah.
So you can't damage any valves by fiddling about. They're all halfway.
There's the second one.
They're all halfway, me old mate. Right, there's some little bolts in there to whip out. Boss at work today.
No, she's getting her hair done. So there's two big cam wheels at the top there.
Yeah.
That you've taken off. What are you taking off now? Is there another cam wheel there?
No, these little bolts that hold that cover.
Oh, it's the bolts that hold that plastic cover in place.
Hold the cover to the head, yeah.
That's it. Okay, now let's have a look. Ah, now I can see. So they're behind the cam wheels.
Yeah.
So you can't take the cover off, obviously, until you've taken them wheels off.
Can't get them bolts out until you took the cam wheels off, no.
Yeah.
That's right, me old mate.
Is it just the two bolts that hold it on?
Yeah, I can't remember without looking. Soon tell you. Yeah, there's another one.
Ah, what at the bottom?
Yep, there's another one down there. That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Let's take that tensioner off in a second. So you've been Loctited then, that's why it was tight.
What's that you can see?
There's a Loctite on it, look. You see it?
Yep, that's on. And what is that, sorry?
Loctite.
No, what is
Sorry,
that unit?
This is the tensioner for the timing belt.
Okay. Why would someone put Loctite on it?
So I didn't want it to come undone. They've normally got a patch lock bolt in. That one's a new one of them.
A new tensioner.
Well, you normally would change it anyway, mate, when you put the belt on it. It's had a water pump fitted, because there's all RTV jolloped everywhere.
Let's have a look.
Can you see, look?
I can see. It has had a new water pump.
It's had blooming everything fitted to it, hasn't it? You name it, they've done it to it.
And it's still overheated.
Not right. Still.
But you say that. I'll tell you one thing it didn't have: a new expansion cap.
No, it didn't, mate, did it? That's true.
So what you're saying is, it's had a new radiator, it's had a new timing belt, it's had a new water pump, it's had a new head gasket.
Sometimes.
It's had a new inlet manifold.
Not an inlet, man.
It's gasket.
It's had that done, yeah. It has.
And somebody hasn't replaced the £10 coolant cap.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
So because it's had a new water pump, are you going to replace it?
We'll have a look when we get looking.
Yeah. Have a look when we get looking.
Has it had a good water pump fitted, or has it had a not very good water pump fitted? Well, it's definitely had a water pump fitted.
It has, hasn't it?
It's had nearly everything done, really.
That's a worrying sign.
Pistons.
I hope it hasn't had the pistons done.
Let's not worry. I'm not going to worry yet. Not until I've got all this off. Oh, this has been to bits before. By me.
Yes. And that's the annoying thing, isn't it?
Oh, it's not annoying me in the slightest.
Well, we knew we was potentially going to have to do it, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was always the inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jolly well was, son. It was, me old mate.
What are you taking off there?
Little bracket that holds the dipstick tube, mate, and then I can just move it out of the way a bit.
So everything that was holding you up is now not hopefully holding you up. What's next?
It's a bit of jigglage.
And then I'm guessing the head's coming off.
Tell you what I'm going to do, mate.
So we've got these dowels, not dowels.
Hang the cam wheels back on for a second, just roughly.
Why are you doing that?
You'll see in a minute. Let's turn the cam so I can get to the bolts. Just hanging them back on. Just hang them back on anyhow, don't matter. Just so I can turn the cams. Right.
Oh, so you can get to the bolts easier.
I shall do when I get round to it. Right, so these are, undo them in the opposite way of tightening them up. So, clonk, clonk.
And there's a specific pattern and way to tighten these up.
There's one in the manual, yeah. See, I can't get at that one, you see.
Because the cam's in the way.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because the engine is in its safe position. So I can turn the cams wherever I jolly well want. As long as the cams valves don't foul each other. That's it.
What is that tool you've got there?
It's the Pete patented cam wheel turning tool.
You've made that, have you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did it used to be? In fact, let's just have a look at that because people might be interested in that. So it's a piece of wrought iron with some spikes on
No, I
it.
think some of it is your old gate, isn't it? No. No, is it something to do with your fence?
Might be. So you've made it out of...
Yeah, something to do with your fence at the front, I think. And railings on top of your wall.
That is ingenious.
I think it's something to do with that.
So you've made that purely to turn cam wheels on a K-series engine?
Well, it'll hold stuff and it'll turn stuff.
Now you're being quite careful taking these out,
Yeah, I am.
and you're loosening sort of in the correct position and pattern.
Yeah. Don't want to distort anything or cause any damage
I was going to say, is that
to
important?
the head or the block or the oil rail. Just,
Gently does it.
yeah, it's good practice to always take a head off methodically.
Not whip one out, take it, nip all that out and take it all the way out now.
Just have the buzz gun on it and whip them all out.
Is that bad practice?
It is really, yeah.
And can you reach, so these are really long
Yeah,
head bolts.
Yeah.
I do have some new ones,
you
but
do.
can you reuse these?
There's a measurement,
Okay.
and you can measure the length of the thread to see how much they've stretched.
Because they're a stretch bolt, aren't they?
Yes, mate.
Let's have a look at that.
Hang on a second. We shall be refitting new ones. I think.
Yes, absolutely. But if you were in a situation where you didn't fit new
If
ones...
you look on Rave, there's two sets of measurements. There's one where it's fitted into the oil rail and you screwed it all the way in. On the bottom of the engine there's a ladder. It's got threads in it. This is what this screws into.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the engine, right inside the sump, below the block. And there's a measurement, you can measure that. And there's another measurement that you can do with the head on as well. But you'd have a look on Rave to check that they've not stretched past their...
Use.
yeah.
Do they look like they're the originals, or they've been refitted?
They're not the originals.
So they're
I think. Oh, look. Oh, they are. They've got the marks on though.
What marks do they say?
I see them marks there.
Yes.
Not sure, but what that is. That's to see because it's 20 Newton meters, then it's 180 degrees. It's 180 degrees, and to save using an angular dial torque gauge, you can just put a mark on the head. So you've tightened it down to 20 Newton meters. You can put a mark on the head, lining up with them. Give it half a turn, which is 180 degrees,
Yeah.
to all of them, then go round again.
And that's what those marks are for?
Yeah.
But they're factory marks?
They are, I'm sure they are. I don't know about the manufacturer though.
Okay, well we can compare, can't we? Because we've got obviously a new set of these, so if they've got their marks
See,
on...
we didn't used to change these in the dealership.
What, the head bolts?
Very rarely.
What was the reason behind that? Money?
Because normally it was probably changed. It wasn't part of the repair procedure to systematically change the bolts. The repair procedure was to check the bolts.
And replace if
But
necessary.
most people now, especially seeing as they're reasonably priced, change the blinking things.
Yeah, I think a full set of the bolts cost me 30 quid.
So make sure you get the maximum sort of clamping force on your block.
Yeah, the last thing you want is for it to
This is it.
be loose.
Most people change them now. Lots of engines, stretch bolts, compulsory, you change them every time. Like on the big end bolts and that, we change the bolts.
But as part of the main dealership
When
repair...
I was doing them in the year 2000, it wasn't mandatory to change the bolts.
That's quite worrying, because if you were doing them in the year 2000, they were failing almost instantaneously.
No, but think about it. This engine's been in Rover 200. You see, there's an 8-valve version of it in the Metro.
Yes, okay.
You go Metro,
So not just in the Rover 75 you're referring to the
and this
case.
goes right back to the hatchback 214.
Yeah. That's obviously what you were replacing in the day.
I was just doing quite a few of them. One or two.
100.
But they're the same problems then as they do now. You know, manifold gaskets, head gaskets. We didn't have a lot of water pumps, but that's probably gotten worse with age now. That bolt doesn't feel very good. It's almost as though it's corroded on the threads. It's not though, is it?
That's good news.
Just didn't feel good.
Well, that would be the bolt where it's failed, isn't it?
where it's leaking.
Yeah. So you're, hang on a minute, so let's look at that bolt
That
then.
one didn't want to come out as well.
And that's where it's leaking, isn't it? Right in front of that bolt. There's the leak.
Well, the last one of you had of these was leaking at the front like that, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah. Interesting that you said that that bolt doesn't feel right, though.
So it might have had a bit of water in, doesn't it? So, we're going to change these, aren't we? Right, my old matey load.
Right, so all the head bolts are out,
Not
nearly.
yet. Will be in a
How many
minute.
is there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
You count the linking
I'm
thing.
trying to, I've lost count. Let's count them. Have you got them all out?
10.
10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There they all are. And have they
Right.
all got that mark on the end? Yeah, they have. Cam wheels come back off again then.
Clear. Nothing's tight, nothing's fastened up, nothing's in the way, nothing's going to stop me from lifting that off. He said. What?
Yep, I've got it out of the way. Here we go. Well, you made that look easy. Ah. Hang on. Let's have a look. What's that? What was that you just pulled out there?
Don't know what it is.
Silicon?
Might just be a bit of gasket. Huh. It looks like a bit of silicon, doesn't
It
it?
does. Do you reckon someone might have...
Well, they're a bit blooming liberal with it, aren't they? Look at all this.
What's all that
I
there?
don't know what it is. This wants a good clean, doesn't it?
It does. People on the internet
Got nice plugs in it.
will question
Yeah.
if we're going to skim that head or not. I'm guessing we need to check the gauges, check it all.
Just put a straight edge across him, yeah.
It doesn't look like a banana, but
Well, you're not be able to tell, mate, can you?
no. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look at that head.
So, what have we got on it? What's this?
Hang on,
flipping
let's have a look.
gasket?
Coming this way.
I don't know what that gasket is. Is it a multi-layer?
I don't know. Looks it. Well, you can
Oh, yeah.
well, we can see why it's failed.
I think the gasket's faulty, don't you?
Just show us that again. Now we know why. Hang on a minute. Ah, yeah. That could be the problem. So it's a multi-layered steel gasket.
Yeah, it is a multi-layer.
As we
isn't
can
it?
see, yeah, it's a multi-layered steel. But has it snapped?
It's corroded away.
It's corroded away there, look. Well, we haven't wasted our
I didn't
time.
leave the factory with that, and it's got steel dowels as well.
And what does that mean?
Because they had plastics, didn't they? And you can still see the scratch marks from when they cleaned it up and put that on, though.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at it in
Yeah,
here
what's
then.
caused that gasket to fail like that?
You tell me. You're the expert.
No.
Water has clearly been getting in there, hasn't it?
Well, water gets in there, doesn't it? But it.
It's
yeah.
rotten. It's actually rusty, isn't it? Are you feeling the liner heights? Has it dropped?
It's probably level. We need that rubber gasket on. What do they call it?
It's like a polymer gasket, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's high.
Yep.
That one's high.
Okay.
Without putting a straight edge on, and that one's definitely high.
Okay. So where it's failed here,
This one's low.
the liner has sunk.
It's a bit low, but I don't think it's not terminal. I think we've got to clean it up first and have a look.
Yeah. Right, okay, so,
Now then.
welcome back. We've had a cup of tea. Someone has fitted the multi-layer steel gasket there, and clearly it's rotted at the place where the marks were on the block. You can see here is where it's come off, and it needs a good old clean there. It's obviously rotted because water is getting past the liner to that gasket and has rotted it away. Is that right?
Yeah. Doesn't look like it's been pressurising though, does it? It's just been leaking. Where's the light gone, son?
I don't know. I haven't had it. There it is.
Let's just follow this fire.
So talk me through what you're looking at, what you see.
I'm looking at this line all the way around here.
Yep. And that's the gasket line.
This has got a bit of an issue here. Look, can you see that line? That silver bright line where that ring in the gasket fits.
Yeah.
It's not very wide there, but it's sealed.
That's the piston line.
This is the combustion chamber to the cylinder head.
Right. Okay.
And as far as I can see, we've not had any leakage through there. But this wants a good clean, doesn't it?
Mm.
But it's got this. That's the gasket, isn't it? But any fish. We've not got any cracks in the combustion chambers. That's a good sign. There's plenty of scroaking where he scroaked it when he cleaned it off. What we need to do
So
is...
this has been replaced. It's had a new head gasket.
Can you see where they've cleaned it up?
Yeah, here. It's all, as you say, scroaked.
That's where they've been putting the head on, and it's been hitting against the dowel when they've been putting it on that line there. Can you see it?
Yep. So here.
Yeah. And these are like scratch marks where they've cleaned it.
It's almost as if it's been cleaned just with a piece of sandpaper.
It looks a bit like it, doesn't it?
What would you be cleaning it with?
Lubricant, solvent and Scotch-Brite.
You've got some Scotch-Brite there, yeah.
So what we need to do, my old mate, is clean all this up. Look for pitting and damage. Check it for straightness.
But no cracks?
Well, there's nothing visible, no.
No. It looks like, as you quite rightly say, and as I think even I've worked it out, that liner is a little bit low. Water has been getting up the top here to that gasket, has rotted that gasket out, and then has started coming out the front of the block.
We still have to wait until we can put a straight edge on it. But that liner is low compared to all the others.
Why would one liner sink?
I don't know, mate. It's not low there. But I don't think it's all the way down. So if we put that gasket on, and I can't think what it is now.
Yeah. I want to say it begins with an E. Elastomer?
It's got a name, hasn't it? But basically the ruddy gasket's rotted out, hasn't it?
Yeah, basically. Because it shouldn't have a... Well, it's got a multi-layer steel
I
on.
wonder why it's not lasted, though. Was it a rubbish gasket? Was it a rubbish gasket? It's just rotted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be better, whatever we do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Will that have decreased the performance of the car, being like that?
No, I would have thought so, mate.
No, it's just obviously...
not noticeable, I would have thought. It's just blooming, just rotted out, isn't it? It's rotted out all over, isn't it?
Yeah. It's failed, hasn't it?
You know. I hate to generalise, but you could almost expect that it's a Chinese knockoff, couldn't you? Well, are you allowed to say that?
I don't think you can say that. I think what you can say is that it is a subpar quality part.
It's not.
Someone has bought, for example, a £30 gasket as opposed to a £150 gasket. But also, saying that, it's not always to do with price, is it?
No.
It's to do with quality. This is crap, isn't it? It's trash. It's no good.
We can,
In fact, they...
we can save that and take it to the Rustival.
Oh yeah, there you go. It can go in your display cabinet.
At the Rustival.
We need the head gasket inspector to come and have a look at that. Head gasket, no good. New head gasket incoming. Thankfully, we've got a couple, haven't we? We've only got multi-layered steel gaskets.
Who says that?
Me, I think. Have we not? We've got a couple of gaskets in stock, courtesy of a couple of beautiful people on the internet who have sent us a couple. Brian sent us one, and John sent us one as well.
Yeah, John did.
Let's have a look. What we got? Ah, they're in there, look. In the Rover 75 parts department. So that's, as far as I'm aware, that's a multi-layered steel gasket.
Both are, aren't they?
They both are, yeah. Okay, well, they might not be any good.
We need the rubber gasket. We can use the rest of it though. We've got the front and back cam seals, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got stuff in there we can still use. We've got the bolts as well, which are in there.
Yeah.
We just need to get another gasket.
Yes, with it being level, yeah.
Yeah. So, from the way I understand it from reading on forums, the multi-layered steel gasket is suitable if the liners haven't sunk.
That's right.
But because one of our liners appears to have sunk, we're going to need the squidgy rubber gasket.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough.
Bizarrely enough, I was talking to, before we went into the Rover business, and I was talking to somebody that likes Rovers, and he told me the same information.
What, that if the liners have sunk, squidgy gasket?
Yeah.
If they haven't sunk, multi-layered steel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think what the squidgy gasket's called now. It's got a proper...
Someone will tell us in the comments.
Well, of course they will, but we shall soon find out by just looking at the old interwebs, shan't we?
Yeah. Okay, good.
As happy as can be.
And just like that, the head gasket inspector has arrived. What is this? Yes. What's this?
On it. Rubbish on the front.
The head gasket inspector says no.
It's rough, isn't it?
Well, there you go then. That is the end of this part of the Rover 75 head gasket repair series, saga. You can hear Dad in the background. He's slowly cleaning off the top of the block. In this video, we discovered why the head gasket failed and took the head off. You can see why it's failed. We know why it's failed. I think. Yeah, that was always going to cause us a problem, wasn't it? And interestingly, it didn't show up in our cylinder leakage test. Anyway, next port of call, new head gasket on, get everything nice and clean, get everything measured. Are you putting new valves in?
You ain't got around to looking at it yet.
Potentially some new valves. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. If you haven't already, please like the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. This is going squarely in the bin. It's a load of rubbish. This will be one of the best Rover 75s in the country by the time we've finished. Maybe. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. John here. We're in the workshop with the Rover 75. Dad is doing some exciting mechanicking work over there, is what you can hear in the background. It's part 3 of working on the head gasket on the Rover 75. If you haven't seen that video on the channel from a couple of days ago, effectively we took the head off and we found the leak immediately. The gasket was totally rotten, no good. In this video, we're going to clean the block, we're going to clean the head, we're going to do some more detective work on there to make sure that it was just that rotten head gasket that's caused us all the problems. It could be that we find other issues, liner height issues, issues with the pistons, the valves, etc, etc. We're going to have a look at that. That's part 3. Stay with it, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch, I don't know, wiper blades, that we don't find anything crazy. Hello. What are you doing?
I'm busy and I'm thinking what I'm doing, so shut it.
You're using a turkey baster on this head. What are you doing?
I'm checking to see the valves, my old mates. I'm thinking what I'm doing. You watch if you want to.
Rover 75, Inspector.
I'm thinking what I'm doing.
So what is it you're adding to the top of the block there?
It's a head and it's white spirit.
Oh. So you're putting that in the...
Just to see if that valve's leaking much.
Oh, I see.
That one's not, but that one's just got a bit of leakage down it. Just a little bit there. Right.
So you're using a turkey baster to put some white spirit in there.
It's just so I don't slap it all over and confuse myself, yeah. Or having some dip with his camera get in the way and make me spill it.
And if it was leaking, it'd come out here like this one here, look. Okay, good.
So I'm not putting that together with him like that.
So you've done your white spirit test, what you found?
Valves are leaking, mate, some of them.
How many? 2, 3?
I've given up now. That inlet valve's leaking and that exhaust valve's leaking.
So that'll be new valves?
No, I don't think so.
Just relapping them in?
Take them out and clean them and put them together. It's just another blinking year's work.
Is it quite a big job, that?
Well, it's fairly time consuming, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Valves are leaking too.
We knew the word, didn't we, from the cylinder leakage test?
Yeah. You did say you wanted to lap some new valves in.
Yeah, I know. I've got some other projects on there, haven't I? Right. What you need to do then is take that doggy for his dinners.
Yes. It's dinner time for the inspector. Din-dins? Dinner time? Dinner?
Get her upset.
Yes. Din-dins? Din-dins?
Don't get her all upset.
Come on then. Right, so shopping list time again. Let's have a look. So we have made a list of things we need. Coolant, water pump, timing belt kit, thermistor, elastomer head gasket, valve removal tool, belts, all sorts of stuff.
No, belts are all right.
Belts are fine.
You the timing belt, don't you?
So we're going to get some bits. That's the next port of call, really, isn't it?
Bits.
What have you got there? What are you doing there?
It's a cylinder head.
Are you taking the... what are you doing? You're taking the...
I'm going to take the
cams out.
cylinder head to bits, yeah.
So we've discovered, or you've discovered, that the valves are leaking.
Yeah.
So you need to take this apart.
I'm not going to put it together without doing them. Blow it.
You're going to do all of them.
Yeah. Jolly well am. It's not worth doing half a job. I'm not going to do half a job, mate. I've decided, take the bull by the horns and I can lock myself in here at nights.
Away from the cameras.
When I haven't got somebody with a camera poked in my face and do the job.
No, I'm going to leave you a...
Do the men's work.
I'm going to leave you a GoPro mounted here.
Do the men's work.
I don't think you can say that. I'm sure there's plenty of female mechanics.
I didn't say what sex they are, men or boys. Men or boys. Come out the road, boy.
Oh my God.
There's a boy in the way now, there is. There's a blooming boy in the way with his blinking telephone.
So you're going to take this apart?
You'll take your phones off you until home time. That's what they're going to do with you boys with your phones. God, everything's so really tight.
Wowza. You made it lift off the bench then.
Everything's flipping tight, son.
It shouldn't be so tight is what you're saying. So you've just taken a plate off there.
It's even bloody rusty in there.
Let's have a look.
Can you see?
Oh yeah.
It's strange, isn't it?
Why would there be rust in this engine?
But yeah, it's like the head gasket's rusted away, isn't it? It's strange. I reckon his coolant's blooming more like blooming battery acid. Yeah.
I've been using brick acid as coolant.
Now then, there's a joke.
Do you reckon?
You never know, dear, whether they've been trying to clean stuff out. You never know, dear, what folks have done. You never blinking well know. It's just interesting thought.
What's
isn't
been
it?
put through the system to try and clear the heater matrix?
That's just, you know, how do I put it? Out of the mouths of babes and that, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying, Gromit?
This is some proper spannering, isn't it? It's not something I could do in my shed in an afternoon, this. Is this, are we getting into professional territory?
No.
Is this still a DIY job?
Yeah.
And all these bolts are taken out. Can they be reused?
Yes, mate. Well, you can get one of these wrong, and next thing you know, your mate at the next bench says, "That sounds like you're undoing it again."
So you work on these on benches like this, you don't do it on the car. Take it off.
Yeah, if you're changing the valve stem seals with the head still on, you'd do it on the car. But that's a whole another different kettle of fish, that is. That's a whole different kettle of fish. A whole new can of worms.
So you're taking off, are they brackets that hold?
No, it's all one big casting. You'll see
Oh,
in a
right.
minute. Just being careful to ease it off a bit at a time, like you would the head.
And does that then remove all the cams, does it?
All two of them, yeah, yes. You'll see in a minute. We'll get all the bolts out. She's off.
I'm in the way a bit.
A large person.
So you've taken all these bolts out of here.
Go back where you was, dude. It's a large person there.
Large person in the way.
A large person there. I'm just being careful so I don't break anything. I'm just getting that eased off.
Aha.
So this is the front of the engine, cam
Yep.
belt end.
Yep. They're the cams.
See them? Red seals go at the rear.
So they're colour coded, are they? So black at
Yeah.
the front, red at the back. Are they different spec, or is it just?
No idea, mate, no idea. But I did notice one of them packets you've got, they're both the same colour nearly. But sometimes they're sort of a browny colour.
So let's take a look at the cams. The cams look all right, don't they? There's no damage there. And these are the.
Cam followers, they're hydraulic lifters. Just making sure that none's been stuck and worn in the same place.
What are you looking for here?
Then you got groove. I'm not expecting to find one. You're looking for a mark on it. You can see that they've been turning. They're supposed to turn, look, so they don't wear in the same place.
Yep.
And you can see they've been turning. Can you see?
Yes, 'cause they've got like a
mark.
roundy mark on them.
Yeah, so when the cam goes round, it turns them a bit. so they don't always wear in the same place.
This to me looks like it's never been opened.
I don't think it has.
So
That's
this is
the point.
What's that? What are you looking at?
We want this, don't we? Something like that.
What's that? Sealant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anaerobic sealant.
Okay.
Goes off without air. Yeah, good man. I don't think I've got some.
What's that? MG Rover what? Gasket sealant.
This is the stuff we always used.
Oh right, yeah. We can get some of that, can't we? I like
No, it's not that. It's not that.
I like the Unipart bin as well.
No, it's. We want some sealant anyway. I don't think I've got any there. That's in. That's what we want.
Some of that.
Yeah. Or something similar. That's what we want. Right, I'm not taking them out until I've had my dinner because I want to put them so I can put them back in the same place where I come from. So I shall have to have an organise. Let's have them plugs out while then we'll go for dinner.
While you're having your dinner, I'm going to do some shopping.
Yeah, well, we need to look on the internet, don't we?
I need to look on the internet. I was looking on the internet and found this.
Good. What was that?
I think that was Jeremy Clarkson's old phrase, wasn't it?
I don't know, mate.
I was looking on the internet this week and saw this.
Farm. I saw a farm and bought it. I saw a farm and bought
Are you
it.
taking my spark plugs out?
I am.
I put them in with my own fair hands.
Blooming well did. You did a good job on it as well. You did a
Didn't
job.
get stuck.
It's alright, I just ain't got now to get it out. I'm not stressing, it's only a flipping. It's just that I didn't have a plug socket to take them out with. I just then. It's just a 5/8 socket. There we go.
Good stuff.
We've been mugs not to do this.
What the valves?
Just I've seen them leaking. We'll see all sorts of horrors now. Right, that's it.
Dinner time.
Dinner time.
What's for dinner?
No, I've no idea yet.
Sardines on toast?
My appetite's still a bit killed.
Oh, they literally just lift out like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I've got to get my collets out. We'll have them stored away soon.
Do they go back in a specific order?
Well, I shall do, mate, yeah. I shan't just sling them in a big heap.
I'm guessing they go back in the same slot they came out of.
That's what I shall be planning on doing.
Because they've made their own little, I don't know, house in there over the past 24 years, haven't they?
That's it. They've got happy where they are. A bit like me, really.
Happy in your shed.
Well, no.
Happy riding motorbikes.
Yeah, we'll have these stored in a storage area.
You've made that look easy, look.
Identify them. And then we can have the valves done then. Be mad not to do
So
it.
what's this in here now then? That's the valve, is it?
Well, there's the end of the valve.
The end of the valve.
Them's the little collets that hold
Yes.
the valve, and them's the top bit.
Yeah. So why have we had to take this off to get to the bottom of the valve? Do we have to
You've got to take them out now to get
take
the
them
valves
out to get them out from the other side?
Yes, mate.
It's ever so pretty.
Pretty.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It's pretty, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this has ever been to bits.
No. How do you tell?
It looks like the original sealant, to be honest with you. I can't see any scrap marks where somebody's cleaned it off. There's no... Probably half on it is it's been puddled around that much, the valves are a bit carboned up. Right, let's call that it.
Dinner time.
Mate.
How was lunch?
I ain't finished yet, I'm still having my lunch.
Oh, yeah?
I've just got sidetracked by doing some mechanicking while there's nobody talking to me.
Ah. So what are you doing now? Just putting these bits...
I am, mate, I'm just putting them there, yeah.
It's on the side.
Well, I've just got somebody not blinking talking to me. Now I'm going to go finish my lunch.
What are you doing?
I'm struggling with crap Scotch Brite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Clean the...
Yeah.
Clean this head off. So I've been in the house and I've been trying to fix Mum's computer because that's my forte, fixing the computer, and you're fixing cars.
Am I switched on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's good then, as long as you can hear me.
I've taken my shopping list and I've bought a few of these bits. I've bought a water pump, I bought a timing belt kit, and I've bought a thermistor, and I've bought a valve tool. So actually on the internet I found myself a OE quality water pump, a Dayco timing belt.
Yeah, has it got a tensioner?
And a timing belt tensioner, also Dayco.
Yeah, right.
So the water pump, the timing belt kit came to 60 quid delivered. The thermistor, I bought a new thermistor, again OE quality, 7.99. Valve tool, I bought you one of them.
Good.
30 quid that was, the valve tool.
It was less than that.
Well, £29. It was, no, it's 30 quid.
Oh, right, yeah.
30 quid. And the head gasket, now I'm still trying to source one because that's the important bit.
It is.
And I'm trying to find just the actual gasket itself. It's difficult to find. I'm looking at paying at the moment.
There's some of them 75 experts out there will tell you where they get theirs from.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't need the whole kit, so we just need a head gasket. So let me know in the comments below. So you're using Scotch Brite, I can see here, to clean this head up. You can see previously where it's been done with, as you say,
It's been scratted.
sandpaper.
It has.
Oh, I need to buy some of this as well, don't I?
Yes,
Sealant.
You do.
Need to buy some of that.
Well, I don't know whether you'll buy that worth stuff, but there'll be something the same. If you listen to them, it's called anaerobic surface sealant.
Anaerobic surface
They might have
sealant.
the proper stuff, might they? But we used to get it in little tubs from the stores, but then we got fed up of using these little tubs from the stores, which didn't last 5 minutes. So we used to get that stuff off Worth, but I don't think you'd be wanting to buy that off Worth.
Is it expensive, you reckon?
Yeah, it's a bit like snap-on for blooming sealant.
Oh, I understand. When I came out here off camera, you told me something about the valves. What have you discovered?
Have I discovered something? Well, I knew the valves was leaking a bit, didn't we?
Yep.
But the valve stem seals are really sloppy. Yeah, we're not wasting our time. Yeah. And that's the inlets are the worst, I think. But the valve stem seals aren't very good.
Okay, so yeah, as you say, not
We're
wasting our
We're not
time.
wasting our time.
Fine, that's fine.
Especially since we found them valves leaking.
Yeah. It's almost an engine rebuild.
It's called a decoke. In the old days, you'd call it a decoke.
Okay, well, we'll get there. We'll do it.
We will.
You will do it. So things left to do then, from this part of the perspective, is clean off the block in here.
And check the line of protrusion.
Check the line of protrusion. Clean off the head. Take the valves out.
Check the head for warpage.
Check the head for warpage. And then hopefully put it all back together, right?
I think really I ought to leave you in here for a few hours to clean all this up while I go ride my motorbike.
You can do that if you want. That's not a problem at all. Okay. Good. So apart from that, we're pretty shafted until we get the stuff come through, aren't we? Until we've had our shopping delivered. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow or the next couple of days.
Start scratching tonight then.
We better start scratching. If you've enjoyed this video update, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you would have tackled this. Also, shout out in the comments for Dad, who is an absolute legend. Oh, you'll be busy there, won't you?
You will, son.
Have a great day. Don't forget to like the video. If you have liked it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching. More head gasket updates to come. Take care, goodbye. You're all microphoned up, so don't start making lots of noise. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel for what seems like an ongoing saga. Will it ever end, the Rover 75? Will we ever get it out of Dad's garage? Who knows? Here's an update. Here's the next video. We're going to keep working on the head gasket replacement on the cylinder head on the block. As you can see, and if you haven't seen the last video, Dad took the head off and he was giving it a good old clean with his Scotch-Brite. You can see now that it's looking beautiful. He's cleaned all that head off, and the plan next is to check the tolerances with this straight edge. I'm not an expert, to be honest with you, so we'll have a chat with Dad in just a moment and see how he does that, just to make sure that the block is okay. If it's not, we're going to have to send it away to be skimmed or take it to be skimmed, but at the moment I can't see any major warpage. You know, if I was to put a quick flat edge across it, no major warpage, but you're not going to see that without putting a feeler gauge in. In a minute then, Dad'll do that. Hopefully, it doesn't have to go away to be re-skimmed, and then we'll get it outside, get it degreased, get it jet washed off, and get it drying ready for the next part. More work ongoing then on the Rover 75 in this video. I hope you enjoy it. So, as discussed in the introduction, the cylinder head has now all been cleaned off. Dad's in the process of making sure that, well, it's flat, that it hasn't warped, and that it doesn't need re-skimming.
Cylinder head warp.
And that it meets the tolerance.
0.05.
What have you got there? You've downloaded Rave on your phone by the looks of things.
I have, yes, because I have to be an enthusiast. So that's me 0.05. That's the maximum warpage, and I can't pull a 0.05 feeler out. So it's got less than that. So the warpage is within tolerance.
Okay. If it wasn't in tolerance, it would be head skim time?
Yeah, and I don't know where you're going to get one done round here now.
No, I think the closest is Horncastle. It's about 60 odd quid while you wait.
Yeah, a cylinder head shop.
I don't know.
No, because he's a genius, he is. Got a sturdy machine for doing seats and all sorts, but I always thought he was market raising way. But look, it's more than 0.4.
Hang on, let me come round and have a look over your shoulder, look.
That's 0.4, look. I can get 0.4 out.
You've lost me there a little bit.
It's the thickness, that's a millimetre.
So you've put a flat edge across the cylinder head.
Yes, mate.
These are obviously your feeler gauges.
Yes, mate.
You put them in between the block and your flat edge.
That's the head, that is.
Sorry, your head and your flat edge.
See that there? That's chest. That's your toes.
All right, comedy genius. And if you can pull it out...
Well, it's just checking the gap, isn't it, if you think about it?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing how big that gap is. There is a gap in the middle. But it's on the limit. We're going to put it together.
Okay, fine. Good stuff. I like that you've got Rave on your phone.
Well, somebody's got to look after these classic cars. You ain't doing it. Nothing there.
There's the head. You can see it. You can see it's all dirty and grimy, and actually it's got Scotch-Brite residue all in it. We're going to degrease it, jet wash it off, and make it look a little bit better. Right, time to start jet washing. I'm absolutely soaked. Right, so that's the top of the engine clean, top of the Cylinder head clean. And the actual head has been cleaned as well. Let's have a look. Well, it's drying out now, but you can see that it's looking a bit better than it did. So if you get bored on a Tuesday afternoon, just take your Rover 75 cylinder head off and give it a jet wash. Looking good.
Less than impressed.
So now Dad is tackling the actual block. I'll put a microphone on you and come back.
That one's up.
Dad's currently just checking the heights of the liners
That one's up.
with a feeler gauge. Make sure they've not sunk.
That one's up.
They should be sitting proud of the block
one's
there.
up. That one's a bit too mucky to check. That one's up.
So-
Tow it to the scrapyard.
So you're cleaning off.
I'm just doing the bits where it's,
Yeah.
and I'm measuring it.
So you can see if the liners are proud or not.
Yeah.
Because they should be proud, right? They shouldn't be proud or level or below.
They should be proud, shouldn't they?
Yeah. And at the moment you're finding that
There's one level. Like I say, I'm not just trying to find out, see if it's worth proceeding. That one's up. That one's up. It's nearly level. That one's up. That one's up. That's level.
this is quite an important procedure, isn't it?
That's up. That's well up. Now, what was I doubtful about that one, was it? That one's up. I don't think we've got a problem. I think we should be all right. But,
So this bit that you're doing now,
I'm just making sure that
checking these line heights, is that make or break for the project?
Yes, mate. It is. There's nothing obviously really stupid down, is there? I reckon they've not been hammered right down, are they? Because you don't want to be changing the liners, do you?
No, I don't think you do.
Be right.
So I know you've been quiet there because you've been
I'm thinking, mate.
concentrating
Yeah.
and thinking. So now just talk us through what you've done, what you're looking for, what you've used.
Just got a pair of feeler gauges and a straight edge.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing if the liners, hopefully, are higher than the face of the block.
Why is there liners in there?
Because they're made of steel. This is all aluminium.
Okay. So it's to stop the
It's-
pistons from wearing away at the block.
Yeah, because you can make an aluminium block, but you'd have to have it lined with steel, or
Yeah.
they plate them with stuff. But I don't think you can see, with this being a 1.6 or 1.8 or whatever it is,
1.8.
the bigger the engine capacity got, the less metal you've got round here, 'cause it's getting wider and wider.
I see. So the bigger pistons.
It's the same block as a 1.4.
Yep. So those are quite thin, aren't they?
They are.
But they're okay.
There's nothing earth-shatteringly horrible But definitely an MLS gasket's not going to be good enough for some of these.
Why have they sank?
They tend to go up and down like that.
Okay, with the pistons?
Yeah, and if you look at the head, there's a mark on the thrust side where it's tending to lift more one side than the other.
Okay. Design flaw? Or it's just how it is?
They changed the pistons, didn't they? The pistons have got quite a bit of friction. I do believe they put diamond-sided pistons on. If you used to take them pistons out, they'll have a scuff up the side. Bet your life they've got a scuff up the side.
Where they've been scoring?
Well, no, they're just...
No?
I bet you they've all got a scuff up the side, and that's that tap you can hear when they've got some piston slap when she's cold.
Yes, because somebody said it sounded like a diesel.
No, it's this side of the piston. It'll have a scuff on it.
But when we were on the test drive yesterday, it wasn't noisy, was it?
She's got quite a bit of piston slap, bless her.
And why would that be? Because the car's done, what, 59,000 miles?
Yeah, they are like that.
It's just how they are.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's been mistreated.
They was making this noise from new.
Right, okay.
And that's what they used to send us. Oh, this is the noise to listen for. Because it sounds a bit like a camshaft for a start, but it's not, it's the pistons. And
So if the liners had sunk below the top of here, of the block, it's good night, Sienna?
No, if you just slapped it together with a new gasket and see what happens.
Did I say good night, Sienna? I think good night, Vienna. Can you replace these liners?
Yes, mate.
Is that a job that you would do?
No, I'd let you do it.
What I'm saying is it a DIY job?
Yeah.
Yeah. But take the engine out though?
No.
No? Well, you just pull them out?
Do it in. Take the sump off, take the rail off, take the big ends out, take the liners out.
So not an impossible job?
No.
Fine, but we're not going to start doing that?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. That's good news then, really.
I'm not going to be laid on my back underneath this doing that.
I suppose you're happy to see that the liners haven't sunk too much.
Right.
But because of that, we have to have the elastomer gasket.
That's right.
Good. Now I will buy one.
That's what people say.
What is the difference between an MLS and an elastomer gasket? MLS is a steel gasket, the one we've took off.
Yeah, but that steel gasket is supposed to be used with different rail and stuff, isn't it?
I don't know. We need to do some more research, don't we?
No, get a flipping new head gasket and let's put it together.
Elastomer head gasket incoming.
Everybody has different ideas. Let's put it together and see what happens.
Sounds good.
But after we've decoked it.
Yeah, talk us about that then, because what's the next bit? So you've got the cylinder head over here.
Yeah,
Looks nice and clean now.
Yeah, I don't know who's the apprentice did it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The apprentice cleaned her up.
What have you got there?
We're going to take some more valves out, but I don't want to take many out. Let's take another valve out.
So what are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm taking a blinking valve out. Taking a blinking valve out. Make way, prepare for valves. She goes, that's when it's gone.
So what have you done there? Because that's not a proper valve removal tool you're using.
No, it isn't.
It's a G-clamp.
It is a G-clamp, isn't it? Grommet.
I don't understand what you've just done. Is that a G-clamp you've modified to take valves out?
Yes, mate.
I see.
Yes, mate. See them there? They're little, they are.
What are they?
They're the collets. Stop the valve from falling out.
I thought you'd broken them. They're like pieces of broken metal.
Wedges. Little wedges.
You've labelled all these up, they look good.
Little flipping wedges. I wonder how many YouTube channels the camera finishes up wedged up somebody's bottom. It's all very strange.
So you've popped, so these are the valves, right? I'm going to take it out. So it's got this spring on it, obviously. This is the valve. It's a bit like all scratchy and
Yeah, you should see what it used to be like
dirty
40 years ago with the old fuel. That's the tool you want. Taking them valve stem seals off.
What's that?
Just give us that valve, would you do? These valve stem seals are not our good.
We've got some new ones.
That's good, that is. Don't get me valves mixed up, Ralph, will you?
No, I won't do. I'll put it there. Look. Uh-oh. You've got your valve mixed up. There we
It's like
go.
having your granny in the workshop. It's like
Well,
having
did your granny used to do
It's like having your
cylinder head rebuilds with you?
having your granny in the workshop, but worse. Having your flipping granny in the workshop.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
It could be my mother in here.
Oh, that would be a bit of a nuisance, that would. Because she'd be talking about total tosh.
Nonsense.
Total tosh. Nonsense. I think that's very polite. Total tosh. You know what the worst thing about being on a YouTube channel is?
What's that?
You're struggling, you need somebody to give you a hand, and they've got a frigging camera in their hand. That's one that was leaking, mate.
Oh, so you found an issue now. So we've got another valve out. What can you see there?
Can you see? It's not seating. Yeah, there's that red jollopole on there.
What is that?
I don't know what it is.
Rust?
Yeah.
K-seal?
I don't know what it is, mate, but that's the one that wasn't sealing. It's something in there that's been burning, isn't it? Anyway, we shall fix that.
Will you replace that valve then?
No.
Shall I just clean it off?
Clean it up and resize it and lap it in.
That's a good tool. What is that tool? It's something. See, there's a lot of tools in your workshop that I think, is that something you've modified? But is that an actual tool?
That's an 18G 1577. That's the proper tool for the job.
What, for a Rover 75?
No, I think it's for Rover 800 actually.
But that is for taking out the valve stem seals.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it? That's handy to have.
It's a useful tool.
Good job you got one of them.
I have, yeah. You've got to have one of them. Right, I'm waiting until we get my proper tool now.
Not taking any more valves out.
It's too much of a struggle with
Yeah.
it. We've got plenty of other stuff to be doing. So look at these seats.
Ah, so now I can see where you've taken them valves out, look. There's no
Seats myself.
cracks or dirt or anything in there, is there?
Well, it'll be better.
Better than it was.
It will, because they weren't sealing properly. We heard that when we did the cylinder leakage test, didn't
And if the valves don't seal properly,
we? Yeah.
what does that do? What does it mean?
It'll not run so smooth at idle, usually. Once you get buzzing it up the road, you've got enough pressure to...
To seal them back up?
Yeah. Shouldn't mind having that skimmed.
Oh, you got another one. What's wrong with that?
I can see what's been leaking.
Oh
just
yeah,
there.
I can. It's all engine deposits. Not been seating properly. Right, well, I've cleaned the top of the block off. I've literally just scotch brite it. You can see all around here, I've got all that gunk off there. And you've been busy taking some more valves out this cylinder head. But the issue we've got is you've not really got the right tool for the job, have you?
We shall have soon.
We shall have. That's there. There it is. How many valves have you got out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 more to go. We'll get there. Good. Not much more we can do, really, is there? What's left to do before...
Get the bits ordered, Gromit.
Bits are ordered. Bits
Sure.
are on order. Everything, well, at this stage, everything apart from the gasket. But it will be ordered by the time that this is on the internet.
I was going to say, because that's a fairly important bit, isn't it? So you get the gasket ordered.
Yeah. We're looking into getting that head skimmed, aren't we?
I doubt it.
But we're ringing round, folks, see if we can do it. But it's not essential, is it? It's a bit...
borderline, my old
borderline, there we go.
It's borderline.
Well, carry on. It's slow going,
It's
really.
not proper blooming wok.
Are you going to walk in front of the whole outro of the video, or...?
Yeah.
Well, there it is then. Not too much more achieved today, really, on the Rover 75. But we're at a stage where, actually, we can't do much more until stuff starts arriving.
Wasting my bloody
We've got the head off. We've checked the tolerances. We've made sure that it's not absolutely knackered. We've checked the block. We've checked the liner heights. We've started to get valves out. We've started to clean stuff and order stuff as well. There's loads of twiddly bits that we can do in the meantime that Dad will be doing, I'm sure, if he gets bored and wants to come out here at night and have a 10 minutes. But until the valve removal tool actually arrives, the gasket and all the other bits and pieces, not really too much more we can do. Let us know. Have you enjoyed the video? Yeah. Slow progress. I suppose if we had all the kit, we could have done it this afternoon. But slow progress in the series, but I hope you're enjoying it. If you have, like the video, please. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Till next time, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Hopefully the next video will be some more progress in that the valves will be out. They'll be lapped or lapping back in. And we'll be putting it all back together. Thanks for watching, genuinely. What are you doing now?
stuff.
Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Last word from you?
When we take it to Mablethorpe, the sea will be lapping around its roof.
Have a great day.
Drive it into the sea.
And straight on the phone to Adrian Flux. Have a great day. Take care. Goodbye. Hello, is that Adrian Flux?
Oh no.
You'll never believe what happened.
It's gone in the sea at Mabo.
That'd be just our luck, wouldn't it? Get it totally perfect and then leave the handbrake off like a Mr. Bean sketch. And it rolls into the sea at Mablethorpe. That'd be content. My car got wet.
Really red. Yeah.
Flood damaged Rover 75.
Really, really wet.
Why did we even bother?
They're all a bit high. That's good news, isn't it?
That is good news. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel on another day in the workshop in Lincolnshire. It's a beautiful sunshiny day. It's the weekend and Dad is already at this time busying about in the workshop. We'll have a chat with him in just a minute's time. If you haven't seen the latest video, we've checked the head, we've had the head off, we've checked the heights, and we're going to do that age-old check again, and make sure you get it right. Some parts have arrived. Dad's been busy doing bits and pieces with the valves. Again, we'll have a chat with him in just a moment. We're waiting for now the elastomer head gasket to arrive and some sealant, and then it's going to be putting it all back together. In this update then, we'll have a chat with Dad, see what he's been up to for the past 3 or 4 days while I've been at work. Hello, good morning.
Hello, mate.
It's very early.
It is.
You're in the garage on Saturday morning. It's a lovely sunshiny day in Lincolnshire. And I won't lie, I've actually just been for some breakfast at our local Premier Inn with some friends. So I'm up and about early as well after having a big breakfast. So I'm ready for a sleep, but you're tinkering about with the Rover 75.
All I've had instead is a bloody cup of tea and a fag, pal. That's all I've had.
Well, you can have a breakfast in just a minute. I've been at work the past 3 or 4 days. The last time we spoke to you, parts were on order for the head gasket, and we'd got the head to pieces, something to do with valves.
Yeah.
What's been going on? What have you been doing the past 3 or 4 days?
Took all the... Well, you've seen the photograph, me old matey, low, didn't you? I've had all the valves out, cleaned all the valves up, I've lapped all the valves in, I've cleaned the head up, and I'm waiting to put it together.
So people on the internet who may not know that process. So I can see, so the things here that we're looking at, that's the valves, right? 1, 2, and you've numbered them all there. And these are, what are these?
Them's the exhaust valves and them's the inlet valves.
Okay. So when you say you've lapped the valves in,
Yes, mate.
talk us through that process.
I just have to walk up to the toolbox to find the... I actually found people who still sell these things even.
Okay. So I bought a tool. While you're getting that, I'll show you this tool that I bought, 30 odd quid, valve tool. Here it is, there. So that pushes the valves in and out, doesn't it? That's the official tool. There.
It's not the official tool, but it's from that company, and I'll really recommend them.
Tools to you direct.
Yeah, they're a brilliant place, they are. They sell these cheap sort of stuff, USA Pro.
Yeah.
It's not, professional quality, but it does the job. I got my glaze buster for the smart car from them.
Yeah.
You've bought that for this job.
Yeah. So that pushes the valves out, and you can also put the valves back in, can you, with that? Show us how you use that. Okay, so you put it on the head.
That compressor, that goes on the end of the valve.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do it. You don't need to do it.
Can't do it. And then that goes like that.
And it pushes it out.
And then you can put your collets back in.
Okay, so you tried to use your homemade version with this.
I took it to bits with that one, the smart car one.
With the smart car one that you built, but that one, to put it back together, you needed something
I did.
a bit more substantial. So you've taken all the valves
Too
out.
tricky to get my fingers in there to put the collets back in, because they are a bit tricky.
So good. So that's not £30 wasted. That no.
No.
We can use that again, maybe. Who knows?
I hope not.
So you've then put the valves back in. You've lapped them back in.
Because all my rubber suckers on mine are all gone. I found local stockists of these. Because I walked into this place. It's called TFM Supplies. They sell bits for the hydraulic industry and stuff. They got any valve grinding sticks? And he builds out this. Yes, mate. How many do you want?
He's got quite a few. So what is that there then? Show us that.
It's fairly simple.
It's a stick.
They've been using them for the last 70 years. You put them in here.
So what do you do? So you
Stick it on the end of your valve,
yeah,
mate.
with a suction cup.
Yeah, and you've
So
got
it's
your
a
valve
suction
in there,
cup,
and you
yeah.
put your grinding paste on, which is abrasive, and you do that with it. And it's something you learn to do.
And it sort of seats the valve back into the block.
It rubs the valve into its seat.
Yeah.
And just cleans it up. And it just laps them together. It makes it so they're a perfect mating fit. That's all it is.
There you go.
It's like taking something there, you grind it against something else, and
It takes the shape and it fits. Okay.
But let's face it, they don't do this when they make them. They just cut the seats and bang them in.
Bang them
Because
in.
machine engineering is so accurate these days, there's no need to do this sort of thing.
So, but that's sort of an ancient technique.
Yeah, but can you remember when we was doing the pressure cylinder leakage test? One of the inlet valves was going.
Yeah, we could hear the air coming out the inlet. So we shouldn't get that now.
Oh mate, I had this. You've seen that picture I sent me? I filled them up with white spirit.
Yes.
And I went for my dinner and watched Father Brown.
and no white spirit went through the valve.
Yeah. Oh, they're sealed perfect now.
Okay, good. So all the valves are in.
Yep.
You've got the new spark plugs that I fitted lovingly back in
They'll be coming
there.
out again, yeah, but I did that for the cylinder.
The head looks like it's been machined.
Well, it's not been machined.
Have you had the head skimmed?
No, I haven't had the head skimmed. The only place I can find is somewhere at Lincoln now, you know.
Yeah, nobody local that's going to do it for
down
us.
to Ben Kent's, but not now.
We've spoken to a few people, haven't we? Including Scott from Discount MG Rover Spares, who has basically said, if the head doesn't need skimming, don't do it. I saw you on your last video with a level across it, this straight
It's
edge.
not exactly the perfect tool for the job, but
You've been out again this morning.
yeah, I was
checking.
double checking. I was double checking.
And what have you found?
Diagonally, it's perfect.
Okay. So what have you done? You've put your straight edge along there. Yeah, show us what you've done. Straight edge goes along there.
And put your feeler gauge in to feel for gaps.
Yeah.
Just here, they say the limit's 2 there. 3 won't go in, but 2 will.
Okay, so it's just on the limit there.
It's a bit high at the ends this way on. But anyway.
But all you've done is clean it up and check it. Yep. No skimming unnecessarily, because actually, as you quite rightly point out, it's so close to that waterway there.
I think you're only allowed 8 thou on them anyway. I did read the maximum amount you could take off in the rave.
You can't take much off there, can you?
I'm sure in rave it says the maximum you can take off is 8 thou.
Okay.
I think so. I was reading it the other day.
That's on the rave document.
I'm a bit sad I'm sitting reading the rave.
No, you're the enthusiast.
I'm not the enthusiast, you bugger.
Right, so what's next with the head then? So you've got the valves back in.
I'm waiting for my mate to get me some sealant.
Yes, we're going to hopefully go down to TFM's again and get some sealant.
I bet they'll have some.
Some Loctite sealant.
I bet they'll have some.
You've cleaned all the crud out of in there.
I have, mate. It's all been pressure washed again and cleaned and soaked in blooming.
Oh, you've put a new thermo regulator thing on
in
there. So what's that we've added? Because I've bought one of them. I don't know what it is. It was £7.
It's for the temperature gauge, isn't it? Basically, we've changed blinking everything, haven't we? You name it, we've changed it.
Do you think that'll solve the cooling issue? We hope.
As I said, everything everybody's advised me to do, I'm going to do.
Yes. Yeah, lots of people in the comments have given us lots of information and assistance and help. So thank you very much. Now, so last time we saw you, these were out. You'd used a magnet and you'd taken all these out. These are the hydraulic tappets.
Yes, mate.
They're all back in the block there, and they turn, don't they, when it goes up, when they work, basically.
It works, yeah.
Any problems with them?
No, mate, because we never had any rattling from the tappets. The only rattling we've got is from the piston slap when it's cold.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not going to say the word.
What word?
Pistons.
Pistons.
I'm sure everybody wants to know what that's all about.
Yeah,
really.
because we've got our little in-joke of pistons. Explain to the good people on the internet.
This goes back to the 1990s, after I'd been to Powertrain, and they told us all the things that went wrong with the K-series. And so I come back and I was then officially lumbered with every blooming K-series noise. And we had a reception lady, and I've known her all the time I've been in the motor trade. She was doing it before I was. And she says, Mr. So-and-so's got a noise with his car. So, okay, I goes out to listen. I think it's the tappets. No, it's not the tappets, it's the pistons. Oh dear. So I goes back in, it's the pistons, Glynis. And she stands and she went, pistons! And from then on, that's where the joke come from.
So I'm sat here giggling to myself because I know this lady, and I can obviously imagine her saying that in her high-pitched voice.
But she knew the motor trade inside out.
Did.
Because she'd been doing it since she left school.
So that's where pistons come from. I think we need to get that on a T-shirt or a cap or something like that. Just pistons. That could be your catchphrase.
This one stops rattling when she warms up, though.
Yeah. So people have commented on that noise. Someone said sounds like a diesel.
It does sound like a diesel.
In one of the videos. Why is it noisy? Apart from the pistons. Why is it noisy? You said piston slap. Explain that to me.
Well, it's not really piston slap. It's there'll be a scuff up the side of a piston from somewhere. Is it to do with overheating? Is it to do with poor tolerances? I don't know. But they was doing it when there was no.
And that causes it to rattle a little bit.
Yeah, but this one stops when it gets warmed up.
And that's a good thing. Especially because the metal
If you take that piston out, you can bet your life one of the pistons has got well, in fact, probably all of them have got a big scuff down the side on them.
But we're not going to be taking pistons out.
Not unless you want to pay me to.
No, I'm not going to be doing that.
Oh, come and look at this.
Oh, what you got to show me? You've been doing some more forensic detective
No,
work.
look at this. Can you see? Look down where the water pump is.
Oh, hang on a minute. Have you put the new water pump on?
No. I want to show you that.
Ah, right. You've taken.
Can you see
look at all that.
Hannibal the cannibal has chiselled it off.
Wow.
That's why it got RTV jolloped all over it.
Oh my goodness. So hang on a minute. Let me get my camera in
It
there.
hadn't actually hit the ceiling surface.
So those marks against the block are where that hole there is where the water pump fits.
Yeah.
Someone has chiselled the water pump off and damaged the block, haven't they?
That's why he jolloped in.
That's why there's all RTV in there.
But it was a bit frigid, it's going to leak.
That's a bit Heath Robinson, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit of a... In Lincolnshire, you'd call him a rough ass.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that water pump.
Well, this is the new one.
Oh, this is the new one, is it?
Not the new one, but the one that somebody's fitted.
Now, when we took the thermostat out, when we did the heater matrix, it was all full of rust and crud. We couldn't understand where that rust was coming from.
We know now.
We know now, don't we? It was obviously
what we took off.
All the crud and rust off that head gasket.
And you're telling me now, after talking to people that know about this, my phrase about Chinese knockoff wasn't too far off then?
Well, no, because it's subpar, sub-quality, isn't it? And it's not stainless steel, it's just steel. And you can get a stainless steel version, but we are not going to use the MLS gasket.
Antifreeze though, if you don't change your antifreeze, it turns corrosive, doesn't it?
I think there's been a whole series of errors here that has...
Neglect, isn't it?
I think so. That's caused this issue.
Because this is why we used to change coolant, because after so many years it turns corrosive.
I don't think it's ever had a proper coolant change, or it's been topped up with water. And we know what water does to steel. It rots it. You can see all in here. We all thought it was K-Seal. I think it was rust mixed with K-Seal. I think there's still been some K-Seal put through the system. But the system needs a blooming good flush, doesn't it? Get some washing powder through it or something like that. Let's have a look at that water pump then, because that water pump looked very rusty.
Well, that's just the old one, isn't it? But...
So this is the old water pump. What brand is it? Can we see?
Yeah. It's
GMB. Tell me about that. Is that a good water pump?
I thought it's a Union, innit?
I don't know. So there's the old water pump. But is the spindle all right? And the spline's all right?
Well, I've an awful feeling. Is it not a blooming... Is this a sub-part and all? But it wasn't leaking, was it? But I ain't compared it against the new one yet.
Well, we're going to change it, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've got a new one.
Thinking, well,
these are all the bits that are off.
We've changed nearly everything
at the moment. So yeah, we'll have a look on the internet about that water pump. See if it's any good. See if it's rubbish or not. So what have you done to... So that's the head. The head, now what are we waiting to do?
Waiting for that sealant to put it back together.
Waiting for some sealant, put it back together, put the cams back in and put the cam bit back on.
Right.
Seal that back together. And then from the perspective of the head, are you happy that that's done?
Got my tool made for putting the seals back in.
What's that?
Well,
is that your cam seals?
Rather than use a blinking socket and risk it.
You've made a tool?
Yeah.
So tell us about this tool you've made.
It's a plumbing fitting with an hub nut stuck in the end of it, but it'll do it.
Hub nut? Hub nut?
That's what it is.
Not hub nut from Wales.
No, it's off a Renault drum, I should think.
And that's to bosh them back in there. Good. So the head you're happy with now? Okay.
We'll see.
Talk to me about the block.
Fine, isn't it?
Well, let's have a look.
We've just checked that this morning, haven't we?
We have just checked it. Let's talk about the block.
All the liners are still proud.
Yeah, because last time you measured them, we thought one had sunk and or was level.
Now we've cleaned the block up properly. Definitely. The worst one is one's level and the rest of them are slightly proud.
So this one, and this one, proud. This one, level. Which means we have to use the elastomer gasket, right?
Yep.
Not the MLS.
Yep.
What are you going to show us? You're going to measure it now?
I'm just going to stick it across.
So same as before with the actual head, you put a straight edge along here and then measure it with your feeler gauges.
That one's proud.
Yeah.
That one's proud.
Yeah.
Double check there. That one's proud. That one's proud. And that one is sort of not as proud as the rest of them, but they're all proud.
So why are we not putting the MLS gasket on then?
Because they're rubbish.
Because they're not very good.
I don't think so, especially seeing as my head's not very good.
Yeah.
Can you see, look, I've put that on there now, and that'll come out there easy.
So in your professional opinion, now, again, people might have different opinions, you don't rate the MLS gasket, you're going to put the elastomer on because you rate that.
I think everything needs to be perfect, don't it, for the MLS?
People have different opinions on the MLS.
Yeah.
Some people think they're the best thing since
We was
sliced bread.
fitting like mad to MGTFs.
Yeah. Some people think that they're old hat and now the new elastomers are the way forward. I suppose it's suck it and see, isn't it? We've had an MLS on the car and it's failed. So let's put an elastomer on it and go from there.
From what I can gather, if everything's perfect, MLS is the way to go. What they say. And a new rail at the bottom.
Yeah, again, I'm not an expert, but I've been reading.
I'm not. This is new to me.
I think it's called an N series upgrade. So I think the Land Rover folks do it, and they put the big dowels in, and they go into a new rail at the bottom.
Stronger.
It's stronger, but for this project, we're not doing that.
But when I was reading about that, a lot of there was because the transfer case is stuck to the back of the block. They reckon the transfer case was causing stuff to jiggle about.
Right. We don't know, do we?
We don't know.
There's lots of people out there.
Lots of people have suggested we change the rail.
Yeah. But we're not doing that. Not yet.
If you buy one, I'll change it.
I wish you'd told me that before I ordered the blooming head gasket kit.
I know, I did other stuff though, but some of them aren't very good quality that you finish up buying.
Well, all my parts have been from discount MG Rover spares.
They know what they're talking about.
And they know what they're talking about, in my opinion. So,
Did he tell you to have one?
No, he hasn't. No. Talk to me about the inlet manifold here, because we've had a suggestion to remove the jiggle valve.
Yes, well, I've got this plan now. Everything everybody's suggested me to do, I'm going to try, because they've been doing it as well, out in the real world.
So you've taken the jiggle valve out?
I have.
And there's a suggestion about drilling a hole in the thermostat.
Yeah, lots of people have suggested that.
Are you going to do that?
It's just different sizes, I keep getting told.
What would be the theory behind drilling into the thermostat?
It's to get a bit of hot water to go behind the thermostat.
Yeah.
So it doesn't all of a sudden get a thermal shock or something.
That's a good idea.
But the water's what's going through. Can you remember we did arrive at the fact that if the heater matrix is blocked,
Yep.
your thermostat ain't going to open.
No, because it's not going through, is it?
Yeah. But the heater matrix does not have a tap on it. So the water is always going around the matrix. How much is a matrix anyway?
They range between 80 and 150 pounds. It's going to be something I think we replace in the end, isn't it?
It's definitely partially blocked still.
Yeah. But we know that it's a relatively easy enough part to replace and get out, don't we?
Yeah.
It's not a dash out job, thankfully. So what's the plan today then? What's next on the Rover 75?
If you turn up with some sealant, I'm going to that head assembled.
We're going to have the head assembled and then wait for the gasket, I suppose.
Yeah, get the water pump on.
Get the water pump on.
Put my little hole in the thermostat.
Yeah.
I've got enough to stop me from getting bored and
Keep you
enjoying
busy
myself.
today. Sounds good. Are you still enjoying the Rover 75 project?
Kicks me hand in, doesn't it? I enjoyed doing the head.
That's your sort of mechanicking, right? Lapping valves in and all that sort of thing.
I just came out yesterday and I did it.
When did you last lap some valves in?
I did your blooming smart car.
Oh, so a year ago. It's now what? Nearly the end of Feb. We put the car in the garage on the 1st of January. I'm guessing you expected it to be out your garage by now.
Yeah.
Soon. Tomorrow. Test drive 2.0. Maybe not.
She'll be right, bud.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right, won't it? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. That's what I'm going to do today, my friend. I'm going to do that water pump. It's a bit chilly today, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is also 9 o'clock in the morning.
So water pump, little hole in the thermostat. Oh, I've got to show you something. Getting the classic car mindset now.
What's that?
That was all rusty, that was. That little plate over the end of the engine, like a cam.
So you've cleaned it and hammer-righted it?
Satin black, mate.
Satin black.
It's been...
It's been Rover satin
It's
black.
cool rusted.
No way.
Then it's been etched primed, and then it's been satin blacked.
Concours. Watch out, Concord Ordinaire.
And I sort of went over this with some Scotch
Yeah, that
Brite.
looks good as well. That looked new.
Went over that with some Scotch Brite.
You're having a whale of a time out here. Good. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, there it is then. Latest update in the Rover 75 workshop with Dad. And as you can tell, I think he's actually quite enjoying the process still. I do feel quite guilty that I'm going to say elderly father is out here every day with an old Rover in his garage. I do think he quite enjoys it. And actually, if he didn't enjoy it, would he tell me to cheese off? Probably not, because I'm his son, but we'll get there. It's more than just the car, and I'm sure some of you have picked up on that. Anyway, he's been busy. We've had an update from him. Valves are lapped in. We've got some sealant to buy, but we are getting closer with the Rover 75, and actually I don't see why this can't be done in the next couple of days. Thanks to everyone that's watched the channel so far. We shall probably, fingers crossed, touch wood and touch air filter, still make it to the Rustival. It's 2 weeks to go, and I genuinely can't wait to see you all there. And I can't wait to see the Rover 75 there as well, because like I say, it is a labour of love, but it's, for me, more than just that. Whatever you're getting up to today, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't already subscribed and you want to, hit the subscribe button now. It's free to do. And to keep up to date with Rover 75 projects and more. I know it's been Rover 75 heavy on the channel recently, because this is the latest project, but there is loads still to come. Toyota MR2 stuff to do, Nissan Micra stuff to do, and general tinkering. And hopefully some car shows in the very near future. Whatever you're getting up to, thanks for watching, take care, goodbye. You're going to be in trouble if Mum catches you doing this.
I wouldn't know if you don't say too much.
Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. We are, of course, inevitably still in Dad's garage with the head gasket repair on the Rover 75. We'll catch up with Dad in just a moment's time. We're at a bit of a lull, really, with what we can do. We're still waiting for parts to arrive. When we last spoke, valves had been lapped back into the cylinder head. We're currently waiting for some sealant to arrive so we can put that all back together. The head gasket's here. We'll have a look at that in this video. And Dad's been tinkering under the bonnet. I think he's actually fitted a new water pump and other bits and pieces as well. If you're enjoying the process, following us on the Rover 75 journey, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already done so, and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date. We'll have a chat with Dad then, see what he's been up to in the 48 hours that I've not spoke to him. Hello, good afternoon, how are you? What's that?
It's the Matrix.
Hang on a minute. We're doing the head gasket. Why have you got the heater matrix out again?
I ain't got no sealant, so I can't do anything, so I thought I'll have another go at this.
So you're bored, so you've decided to take the heater matrix out again?
I'm not bored, I just want to get this resolved.
So we had problems with this, didn't we, in sort of episode, I don't know, 4 of the series. We checked the heater matrix because people say it's blocked, and actually it's quite small, that, isn't it, the heater matrix? I didn't realise how small it was. We thought we'd unblocked it.
Yeah, but it's not 100%, is it? Because one side of the heater's warmer than the other, isn't it?
So you're having another go at it?
Having another go, yeah.
We've tried lots of different things in this heater matrix.
Yeah.
Part 1, when you unblocked it, and we did get quite a bit of sludge out of there, what did you use to unblock it?
Kettle descaler.
Anything else, or just that?
We tried washing soda, didn't we?
And how did that go?
It didn't do anything, did it?
So what are you doing today?
I'm trying white vinegar.
Okay.
I'm planning on trying everything that people say on the internet until one of them does some good.
Okay.
I'm trying everything. Hey, tell you what I've done.
What have you done?
Somebody says put a 1mm hole in the thermostat to let it bleed.
And you've done that?
I did that.
Well, how did you do that?
I took the thermostat off and put a 1mm hole in it.
So the thermostat that we fitted,
Yeah.
you've taken out I suppose you can get at the thermostat now. Now we've got the blooming
You can when you move
everything.
the manifold out of the way.
Yeah, we've got it all out the way. What did you just drill a hole in the actual metal of the
Somebody
thermostat?
says put a 1mm hole in the body of the filter to let it bleed.
Okay.
So we've tried that.
Done that.
We'll
Fair
try
enough.
everything. We're going to try everything.
Yeah. Oh, why not? So you've put white vinegar in there.
Yeah.
With a little funnel, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And have you tipped anything out yet or not?
Not a lot, dear mate.
Oh, so you've already had a go.
There's a bit of RTV.
Bit of nonsense in there, isn't there? But is that RTV come out the?
Yeah, it come out of here.
So hang on a minute. That RTV came out.
It's either that or a bit of the old gasket, look.
Oh, and that's come out of the heater matrix.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's all gunked up inside there then.
There's a little bit of scale, but not a lot.
No. I wonder how that RTV got in there. Just
It's in the cooling system, it'll finish up somewhere, won't
in the
it?
system. Okay, fine.
Might be a bit of the old first gasket that went,
Yes,
couldn't it?
it could be. Are you trying heat? Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
So you're applying a bit of heat to them fins.
Yeah.
There we go. Look, let's have a look at that.
I'm trying everything.
It could be.
My theory is we've got it clear this side because the driver's side's definitely warmer than the passenger side.
Yeah.
So if I'm concentrating on trying to clear this end.
I'm guessing it's one of them things you can't just stop bashing against the bench to loosen stuff off.
I've tried tapping the ends with an hammer. Then I suddenly thought to myself, well, you've got these ultrasonic cleaners. What would happen if you used to do this? But that doesn't appear to shift anything, either.
Do what? What are you attaching?
What would happen if you did this?
Okay. So what's that? That's a DA sander, isn't it?
It's just sort of
Just to
vibrating.
vibrate some stuff loose.
But it doesn't appear to be doing anything now.
No, fair enough.
This has been soaking while I've had my dinner. But if it's dissolving stuff, I'm not going to see it, am I?
No, that's true. But it doesn't seem to be getting much stuff out of there. What's the orange? Is that coolant coming out?
It's old antifreeze in there, isn't it?
Right.
So there's a few solid bits in there. There's that little bit of old gasket. But if it's scale, hopefully it's dissolved it. I've heard some fizzing.
Have you?
I've heard some fizzing, yeah.
Well, could that be?
It'll be dissolving something, won't it?
Yeah, but it's not reacting with the metal that you can hear.
Well, I tried pouring some on it to see if it made it, marked it or anything.
Okay.
And I keep wanting to put blooming toilet descaler in it, but I daren't. And you say, look, it's not making that fizz or anything, is it?
No, so it's not reacting, is
It's not
it?
even discolouring it.
That's your white vinegar. What you thinking? Harpic? Sort of stick some harpic in it.
I keep having this urge to do that.
Well, what's the worst that can happen? It can
Ruin the thing.
ruin the heater matrix. So you've tipped all your vinegar in there now.
And I've got this here I'm using.
You just had a genius idea with regards to the heater matrix.
I have, yeah. We're good.
And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been praising your middle of Lidl purchase this week. Well, go on then, what's your genius idea?
We take it in the kitchen, we pour boiling water in it, and then we use the new Lidl thermometer to see if the top gets as hot as the bottom.
Show us your Lidl thermometer. Why did you buy this?
It was cheap.
How much was this? So this is an infrared thermometer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only about £12.
And why did you buy that? Just
Because I could.
because you can.
Your mum had been wasting money on cheap silver jewellery, so...
So you bought a thermometer. Yeah. That's a good idea though. Fill it with boiling water and then measure the heat. I suppose there's going to be some loss, isn't there? But yeah, that's a good idea. So this bit is the driver's side.
Yeah.
This bit is the passenger's side. Driver's side gets nice and hot.
Well, more wind, yeah.
Passenger's side a little bit cooler. Yeah. Take it in, fill it full of boiling water, fire your blooming infrared.
So I bought this, but I didn't buy any ladies' ski pants or gentlemen's workwear. I bought one of these.
How about a selection of drill bits?
No. I did buy.
It's a bit dangerous, the middle of Lidl, isn't it?
I did buy some of them.
What is that?
They're cutting things.
Oh, them.
I shouldn't think they'll last 5 minutes, but...
Soon find out. Good idea. Right, let's go in the kitchen then. You're going to be in trouble if Mum catches you doing this.
I wouldn't know if you don't say too much.
Okay, you brought your infrared thermometer in.
Yeah.
We're going to put some boiling water in it.
Pocket.
Test it. Nice. Good idea. Shall I put the kettle on?
Yeah, we'll put some water in it first, though.
In the kettle? Yeah. Or in the matrix?
I dare stick the pressure washer in it.
You daren't stick the pressure washer in it? Why not?
Well, they don't work at very high pressure, do they?
I don't know. We put the pressure washer in it before.
Yeah, but that was stuck down the hoses, wasn't it? My mum's in the garden.
Oh, well, she'll never know then, will she?
No. She won't. Oh, we didn't fetch the funnel.
Uh-oh. I'll give it the funnel. Kettle's boiled. Got the funnel. There'll be some heat transfer and then heat loss, but I suppose if it's all the same temperature... One thing I did think we could do is find out the fluid capacity of the radiator.
It's hotter at the bottom there than it is at the top.
Okay. So how much is the bottom then? What's the temperature?
It's not going through. I've put it in this side.
Yeah.
That's 70 degrees.
Yeah.
25 degrees.
Really?
$20 degrees. 69 degrees.
There you go. Which way does it sit in the car?
It's better than it was last time.
Is it?
Yeah. Definitely. Because before when I felt it I thought, oh, that end's not got hot.
Too hot to the touch there now, eh?
53. It's less this end here.
I suppose it might take some time to get through, mightn't it? All the little fins and stuff, but...
69 on the tank this is. 64. This is on the fins. 45. 53. It's hotter this end now.
And it wasn't before?
No, you could feel it with your hand, it was colder.
So you've done some good.
Going from there into there, isn't it?
Yeah. How about this bit here? This bottom bit?
You watch this, look. That side where I've put it in. You see it, 56. 41.
We're saying 30 something there. But it is getting warmer, isn't it? But let's face it, the water temperature in my taps at home via my central heating is 62 degrees. And that is unbearably hot if you run your fingers underneath it.
That's better than it was, dude.
Has it cleared any stuff out?
Hopefully we've dissolved the stuff out.
Yeah. There's nothing in there, is there?
Oh, it's going to go back together again now.
Yeah, sounds good. But we've proved a point.
What's that, mate?
Well, that it's better than it was, but it's not perfect.
I'm just trying it the other way around now.
Okay. So in the car, this bit is in and this bit is out, right?
It works upside down. Normally the heater matrix is the hot water goes in the top. $62.
15, was that 6?
It's hotter this end now.
Than it was.
Yeah.
So the water is getting into that end now.
It is, mate.
Nice.
I'm going to cool it right down now.
Is that too hot to handle? That's a good sign.
It's got to be pouring boiling water in it, isn't it? Oh, God. Oh, cool that end down. And it's going through that end, dude.
Nice.
If it's cooled it down.
So cooled it down straight away.
Once I tipped it to one side, yeah.
I think we will probably see. You're confident that's done some good.
Jolly well has. That's what that fizzing was, wasn't it?
Dislodging all that lime
No,
scale.
it's dissolving it, hopefully.
Stuff.
Do you think so, mate? Let's call that a winner, shall we?
Good. Nice.
Excellent.
So apart from messing about with the heater matrix, because yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I don't think it's fully unblocked yet. What else have you been up to since we last spoke? So last time we spoke, you'd lapped the valves into the head.
Yeah.
We'd ordered some Loctite anaerobic sealant. That's on the way. We're pretty much stuck until that arrives.
I cleaned that bit of block off that had been chiselled and bashed.
Oh, can we? What's that?
I filed that, where that water pump fits.
Oh yeah, you fitted a new water pump by the looks of
I
things.
fitted the water pump and I've done that thermostat. So now I'm waiting till the sealant comes.
So the new water pump you fitted, is it a good water pump?
Can't tell you really, mate.
Probably much of a muchness really, isn't it? Does it look better than the water pump we took off?
If anything, when you look in the thermostat was off after I'd fitted it, the vanes fit closer to the body on the block. I'm quietly confident that's going to make things better.
Well, the new water pump?
I do, yeah.
That's interesting because
it's got bigger veins on it as well.
You said, you know...
These veins are bigger.
Well, so explain to me how a water pump works in a car cooling
It's just an impeller, mate, and it gets in the water and...
It just sucks the water around?
Or pushes it round, yeah.
Because it's a closed system, isn't it?
Driven by the cam belt and away you go. But if you look inside, that fits inside a cone, right? And bizarrely enough, the new one, these impellers fit closer. And these are longer on the new one.
So they're bigger and longer?
Well, this bit's closer to the body on the new one.
Yeah.
That bit there. And these are longer.
So this hasn't come loose though, has it?
No.
It wasn't not working. The water pump was working.
But it jolloped a load of RTV on it where it acts the...
And I can see that it's been sort of...
Can you see that hack in there? Look?
Yeah, what's all that about? And here, look, what's that? Is that where you've taken it off? Or?
I think that's where it damaged the block and there's bits sticking up. It had a chisel behind the old one. I filed that flat now. I just have this urge that he probably fitted this water pump and it leaked, so it's loads of RTV on it. He or she. But anyway.
The person that fitted that water pump, anyway. Okay, so it's going to be better with the new water pump. What are we expecting to see potentially with the new water pump? Just better?
Hopefully it's going to work better, not without its fan on all the time.
Yeah, that could be part of it, couldn't it?
I have an awful feeling that the new radiator's got blocked, but we flushed it out well, haven't we?
Yeah. So
the new radiator that we didn't fit.
No, it's had a new radiator on it. It does look very new as well, doesn't it? In the past, I don't know, few years. The whole cooling system, we haven't flushed it, have we?
Yeah.
Have we? We flushed the whole cooling system. What, with product? With like...
No, not stuff.
No. Are we going to flush it with stuff?
No.
No? I'm just thinking,
we've sort of manually cleaned everything out now, haven't we?
Well, I'm just thinking, some of the hoses gunked up?
Yeah, but they're not blocked, are they?
Okay, fine.
The only concern now is the radiator.
How would you know if that's blocked? Uh-oh.
I don't think it is.
But how would you know?
Don't know. I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we're not going to start taking the radiator off, are we?
No, because it's a front off and...
Yeah. And it's like a week till Rustival.
Yeah, and if the sealant don't come, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, we'll see.
We'll get it sorted. Right, okay.
Is it a week till Rustival?
Well, a week and a bit.
Oh, we're all right.
But for Jeopardy, it's a week till Rustival. It's not really. It's 2 weeks till Rustival.
That's all right.
Well,
I can put it together in a bloody night, can't I?
2 and a bit weeks. So you're cleaning the heater matrix. The new gasket has arrived. Can we have a look at that?
Jolly well can, mate. Don't trip over my kneeling, Matt.
No, or my tripod. And it's nice to see that you're using your kneeling mat, because I don't want you getting cold in the garage. What a beautiful day in Lincolnshire again, by the way.
Lincolnshire.
Beautiful. Oh, crikey. It's come in a FedEx box. Large box. Again, thanks as ever to the team at Discount MG Rover Spares. I ordered that yesterday. It came today. So next day delivery. And actually, I didn't pay for next day delivery. I paid for standard delivery. Oh, look at that.
Toolbox sticker.
You've got a sticker for your toolbox.
Now it's going to go in the car for Rustival.
No, I'm not. I won't be putting it on the car because it didn't leave a factory like that. But you're going to put that in the No, you can't. You can't do that now. But you can have that on your toolbox. Yeah, not a problem.
Oh, better idea. Put it on there.
No, I don't think so. But in fairness, thanks to the team at Discount MG Rover Spares.
At John Coupland.
Yeah.
But in association with.
Yeah, indeed.
Because they looked after you.
Discount code in the description, by the way, for 5% off. You can put that on your toolbox. Have you got toolbox stickers?
Around the back.
On the back. Let's have a look. Hang on a minute. I'm going to have a look at your toolbox stickers now. What we got? Yeah. Snap-on, all balls racing. What was this one? It's like gone.
Oh, no.
These are quite ancient, some of these. I'm going to put a John Coupland YouTube sticker on here.
Excellent.
We can have one that says pistons. So, hang on a minute. Where's my gasket?
Not as old as these stickers.
You got some more stickers to show me, have you? Are they a thing, toolbox stickers?
Well, you get a sticker and you stick it on your toolbox, don't you?
I don't know.
BMF Rally.
Hang on a minute. I can't see.
1981.
Hang on, get your toolbox out because there's some cool stuff there I think people will want to see. I can see Montego and Talbot and all sorts. Oh! I think we've got to see this. How old's that toolbox?
This is the first toolbox I ever had when I was a teenager.
Austin Montego, the car that puts the driver first. I like the Talbot one. Is that from when you worked with Talbot?
Yes. So is Motorquip.
What's Motorquip?
It was like the uni part of Talbot.
Oh, right, okay. BMF Rally at Peterborough Showground, 1981. Before I was even born, look. Snap on. Another Talbot one, that side. What's this? The John Player International Grand Prix, 1974. That's cool, eh? So these stickers have been on since how long? Forever, really.
Since there.
Since 1974. Yeah. Cool. John Player Norton. Go Haynes, go by the book. Motorquip. Talbot World Rally, look. 1981. I make my living with snap-on tools. Please don't ask to borrow them. Cool. Well then now you can have a Discount MG Rover Spares, look. I'm going to get you a John Coupland sticker. Pistons!
You know what's in this box, don't you?
I don't know what's in this box.
That box is all the sockets and things you weld bits on to make a tool.
The Frankenstein tools.
It's just the rubbish.
Good. Right, we've digressed now. Let's go back to look at this.
It's just the rubbish.
This head gasket. Let us know in the comments below if you've got any stickers, ancient stickers on your old toolbox. I quite like that. They tell a story, don't they? I'm going to get you some stickers. I've got some stickers you can have.
Here's the gasket.
Yeah, so we've gone with the elastomer gasket as opposed to the MLS gasket for reasons we discussed in the previous video. Yeah, one of the liners is sunk, and here's the elastomer gasket. So it is not a Payan. It isn't the original Payan gasket. It is like a replica, really, that Discount MG Rover Spares have generated. They've made this, they've worked hard and sort of got this quality gasket. And then we've got some metal dowels in there as well. Looks all right, doesn't it?
Hopefully it'll get us out of the deep and sticky, won't it?
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, when we fit it to the car.
No, look at the amazing packaging.
Yeah, I know. Well, we can obviously reuse that. Good stuff. So we've also got a Dayco timing belt kit arrived. That's got a new tensioner in there. And we've got all these bits and pieces as well to fit. There's lots of parts going on in the Rover 75 parts department. Good.
So we're getting some stuff done, aren't we?
We are. What's next then? What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
Waiting for this blooming sealant to come so I can crack on.
Yeah. Okay. So full disclosure, I've been not cheap with it, but we've been reserved with it. We could buy it locally yesterday, couldn't we?
Yep.
It was £30 plus VAT. This is Loctite. Was it 574? Something like that.
Yeah, mate.
And we could have got it yesterday and we could have started slapping everything back together. However, the same stuff on the internet is £15 delivered. Now, I've saved myself £21 by not buying it locally, which is a shame, really, isn't it? That we haven't supported our local motor factors and businesses, but
That's where your valve grinding sticks come from, though.
it is, yes. But also, 21 quid is, well, the price of the head gasket, to be honest with you. So it's been worth shopping around and waiting a few extra days. Any more updates? Anything else you want to tell us before we end the video?
But where we're going to go, if we can't get this up and running for Rustival, are we taking a Proton?
Yeah. Take a Proton. Or the snail van.
White one.
Yeah. Take a white Proton. Yeah. But obviously people will want to see this
I know, that's the problem.
at the Rustival. People are expecting
We're expecting to
to
see the
see,
Rustival.
you know, the Rover 75. I think we'll be all right.
Can't we just take pictures of it? It's
Have
in
a
bits,
banner.
isn't it? It's in bits.
This is the... We could take the old head gasket. We could take the old water pump.
Yeah.
Things that you may have seen on the channel. I think we'll be all right, won't we?
I haven't forgiven them folks for that sill yet.
No, I can tell you an update about that. So the sill, as you know, if you have been following the channel, came and it was crap. It was trash, absolute trash.
Travesty.
And we've seen, you know, your grumpy Lincolnshire response to it. I left a review.
Did you?
I did. The review I left was scathing, for lack of a better term. It was initially rejected because I put a link to the video and you apparently can't do that on Amazon. So I resubmitted it, and then I can't remember the gentleman's name from Amazon contacted me. He wanted to talk to me about my recent review, and I contacted Amazon about the recent review and they refunded it. So the sill hasn't cost us anything, and courtesy of the Amazon A to Z guarantee, we got a full refund on it. So
that's jolly good.
£63, and we don't need to return it. So
Can I have some compensation for the pain and suffering?
I don't think compensation is on the cards, but
okay.
I've got me 63 quid back, which is a little bit of a bonus because obviously it's paid for the timing belt kit.
Yeah, that's mine now, for pain and suffering.
Okie dokie, so you're going to keep working on that.
We do glance over when it comes to refunding some cash to me for pain and suffering.
I'm the accountant.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not paying, thankfully, main dealer bills.
Isn't there a code of practice for accountants?
I don't know. I'm the money man and the content
Yeah, you've
man.
got all the money and I'm doing all the work.
I've got the money and there's my man. You got a new trolley jack out of it. What more do you want?
It's only been used on your car.
I'm sure you'll use it on yours in the future. Okay, good. So we're going to keep working on that. Again, not really that much to report, is there?
No.
New water pump.
Waste of time. Don't bother to watch it. We're not exciting happening.
You're cleaning out the heater matrix. Yeah. New water pump is on the car. You've modified the thermostat. The new head gasket is here. Just waiting for that sealant, aren't we? And here's the head. It's ready to go. Just waiting for that sealant. Seal it all back together. And then slap it on the car and then test drive 2.0. Hopefully it doesn't blow again. We can have another trip round Lincolnshire.
Clean
what
the
are they,
cams.
Oh, show us the cams then.
Oh, nothing exciting, there's some cams, isn't it?
But you've cleaned them.
I cleaned them this morning.
Go on then, let's have a look at your clean cams.
I cleaned the cams this morning.
Oh, look at them, look. What have you written on there? Exhaust.
Yeah, because they're both the same, but seeing as they've been running in that position for the last 20 odd years,
yep,
they want to be running in the same position again, don't they?
Absolutely. Good, we're getting there. Well, there you go. A little bit of an update with regards to the Rover 75. Will we unblock that heater matrix? Maybe. Will more stuff come out? I will let you know probably in the next video. It might be that we buy a new heater matrix. What's it saying? You're listening to it. Is it fizzing? Bit of an update for you. Thanks for watching. Genuinely, if you haven't already liked the video, please do. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Will we make it to the Rustival? I think so. What could go wrong? Famous last words. Thanks for watching. Take care. Until next time, goodbye.
Da, 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 da.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. John here for another update on the Rover 75. Could it have been anything else? Well, yeah, there's like 20 other cars in the fleet that we need to do some work on, but this one is getting quite a bit of love the past couple of months, quite rightly so as well. When we last spoke to Dad, he'd lapped some valves into the head and he was in the process of getting that cylinder head back together, getting the cams in. He'd got them all cleaned up and had been just tinkering on the car. I think he was shaking the heater matrix about as well, trying to unblock that some more. I've been at work all day today, and as you can see, there's been some work in the car. In fact, I can't see the cylinder head on the bench. Is it in the car? I think so. We'll have a chat with Dad and see what he's been up to this rainy afternoon. Hello. You all right?
I'm doing well, mate. Thank you very much.
Fancy finding you in here.
Well, I wasn't in here. I was in the house going for my tea.
Yes, you was, but then I've come round for a Rover 75 update because the good people of the internet will want to know. They're following this saga now. Almost, I think a lot of people think that they're almost on the journey with us. So thank you very much for everyone that's commented, liked, subscribed and been involved so far. Last time we spoke to you, you was farting about with the heater matrix.
Yep.
You'd lapped the valves back into the head.
Yep.
And you was waiting for some sealant.
Yes.
What have you done now?
Well, we've got the sealant.
Yes.
And da 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 da.
Oh my goodness! Look at that. Hang on a minute. That's a K Series Rover 1.8 engine cylinder head.
It is, yes.
Back on the car. Let me come around this way. Let me come around this way. So, have a look. You've not just stood that on there. You've actually got it back in the car.
Yes, yes.
Is the head on? No, you have not. Hang on, let me move this out of the way.
It's because the plugs are out so I can spin it over easy.
Whoop, pop.
Oh, compression.
You've got some compression, which is also good news.
It is. That's a top tip, that is.
That is.
Make sure you've got some compression. Where did that go?
Oh, it's down there somewhere. So hang on a minute. You've done it.
No, well, I'm still tinkering around. I've got stuff to do.
So the elastomer gasket arrived. It came from Discount MG Rover Spares, thanks to the team there. You got a free sticker as well, which you're chuffed about.
Excellent.
Have you put that on your toolbox yet?
No.
Oh, we need to get that on there. Talk us through then what you've done. So actually, I saw you yesterday. What have you done since then?
Put the cam carrier back on with the sealant.
Yeah. Is that the sealant I bought, or?
Yeah. And then I've put the head on.
So that orange stuff that I can see in there is all the sealant.
It is, yeah.
And it goes all the way on that
It does.
cam bit. What's the red marks on there?
That's so I know I'd got that bolt done.
Okay.
I keep popping in and doing a bit, so if I put marks on stuff, I know I've done it.
Okay, so I rudely interrupted you. So what have you done?
Well, there's something I just wanted to mention to everybody. I just reminded me when I was doing it. We used to have trouble with some of them in the early days. We'd have rattly tappets, you know. And what it was, there weren't enough sealer on this rail, and the oil, instead of going to the tappets, was coming out of a thing here. And the way you found it was you took the top
Thing
off.
where, sorry?
Coming out of, was
Oh,
leaking.
in there.
Yeah. And you used to get your mate to spin it over on the starter, and you could see the oil dribbling out. And it just reminded me of that. It's not something we came across very often, but it did happen now and again. But you mustn't put too much sealant on, but as it gets in the oil ways.
So you think
that's why you use this anaerobic sealant.
Because it goes off?
No, it doesn't go off.
Whatever.
It only goes off where it's squished together.
Right.
So if anything does get in the oil ways, it gets washed out. So if you use RTV, it just goes and bungs everything up.
Okay. That's interesting, because I was going to ask you about that. Why do we use anaerobic sealant?
The only place it'll dry is where it's sandwiched together. Also, it tends to stick stuff together, so you don't get any movement.
Okay, fair enough. So you've put the head back on there. You've put the cams back in. And you've fitted the gasket.
Yeah, fitted the new head gasket. And I've put
People are going to be mad at you, almost as mad as I am, for you fitting the gasket without us here.
And I've put the timing belt on.
No, you haven't. Okay, so let's just keep talking about the head here.
Yeah.
So just talk us through the process. I'm guessing it's a total reverse of what we did taking it off.
Yes, it is, mate.
So the block that I sanded down and got nice and clean, what did you have to do on there? Anything else?
I just made sure it went round it again to make sure everything was perfect.
And then
we've already done all the level checks and what have you. And we've got the lovely new gasket, which is definitely a lot different to what they used to be like, the metal and rubber gaskets.
So it had MLS gasket on, which failed due to the liner tolerances. You've put the new elastomer gasket on, which is a clone of the Payen BW750.
Right, you know more about that?
I do, as supplied by Discount MG Rover Spares. Does that literally just lay on?
Well, it sits on two dowels.
Okay.
The new dowels they supply are much, much stronger than the old ones.
You've got the old dowels there, have you?
The old dowels. See, they used to have plastic dowels in when they first did the K-series.
Yeah.
Then they went on to the metal dowels.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Supposedly to stop the head from jiggling about.
Yeah.
But the new ones are even stronger.
Thicker.
Thicker, yeah.
So you could tell a physical difference between the dowel quality from the old gasket and the new gasket.
It's just more substantial, more industrial, really. That's the only way to describe it.
Machined?
Well, with the machines, yeah. But they're much stronger. Let me just show you a picture as a matter of academic.
Oh, you've got a picture there, have you?
I've got a picture on my phone. That's because I was interested, really.
What's
that?
that?
That's the picture of the back of the car running to my...
Oh, yeah, we found the man, which is good news. Who hit your Hyundai.
He did.
And, I suppose, because people will be following that saga as well, he admitted to it, didn't he? Which is also good news. Hang on, let's have a look at that. Oh, right, I see. So the one at the bottom is the one you've taken off, and the one at the top is the new one. Yeah, that's better, isn't it?
It's more substantial, isn't it?
So you fitted that. Then what have you had to do? You put the head back on. This.
Put the bolts in.
Yeah. So you put this back on. This whole metal piece.
Yes.
You've done that bit there. You've put the cams back in.
Yep.
So it all goes on as one. And then you put these big long bolts in. Yep. Which are the head bolts. New head bolts.
Yes, they are.
That I supplied, and they're okay.
Seem to be. They're tightened down a treat.
They're actually courtesy of John Simpson from the Boston Classic Car Club. So thank you to John Simpson for the head bolts there. You've tightened them down. Talk us through the process, because I'm guessing it's not just slap the bolts in and whiz them down with a gun.
No, it's not, mate. You put them in, and you torque them all down to 20 Newton meters.
Yeah.
And then you make some reference marks so that you know where you're finishing up at.
Is that what these white marks are?
So the original bolts used to have some little notches on them. These haven't.
But these haven't.
So I put the reference marks on. You get your anglia dial torque gauge thing.
What's that? Oh, right, okay. How does that work?
Put it on there. Let's say you want to tighten 180 degrees. You set your thing. Then you tighten it down until...
That's a very clever piece of kit.
Well, everybody's been using them for years now, mate. So you go 180, then you go around and do them 180, and that's it. So it's 20 Newton meters in a turn, but
there we go.
In a stage.
So that's back on.
Yes, mate.
And then, did you test it? Did you have to do anything else with that, or?
Well, I've been doing the top tip. What happens with these is you'll put them head on and you go, oh no, it won't start. Why won't it start? It's because the valves aren't shutting properly. Because when you take them to pieces, the lifters tend to take up the slack, the hydraulic tappets.
Yeah.
So what you need to be doing, when you put it together, you just keep turning it over and it pumps the oil back out of the lifters.
When you say turning it over, is that manually using the pulley at the bottom?
Yeah. Just keep turning it over until you get 4 compressions. You know you're going to start then. And you can do it while you're slowly assembling it, really. You just keep giving it a turn. But when we first started doing it, we never twigged. And you'd be there cranking them over, and next thing you know, it flooded itself. And it's because the valves weren't shutting properly.
Okay, that is a top tip. I like that.
You tend to do it while you're assembling it, to be honest with you.
What, crank it over?
This one inlet valve was stuck wide open and one exhaust was.
And how did you combat that then?
While I was putting it together, I left that valve
Yeah.
wide open so it squidged the air out of it.
Okay, good.
Squidged the air out of the lifter.
So you're confident that that's been put back together, right? Gasket. You're not put it on upside down?
No, you'd be very stupid if you did.
I'm guessing it's shaped to the block,
It is, mate.
So you can't put it on upside
You'd be
down.
really soft if you did. It would be a real...
You'd be grumpy if you had put it on wrong, though,
well,
wouldn't you?
you'd be a bit silly because it's a long way out. Because lots of head gaskets was quite similar, and they used to have top on them. But no, you
can't put it on wrong, is what you're saying.
It'd be a big mistake if you got it wrong.
Do you think I could have put it on right?
No. No. Yeah, of course you could. You'd see it looks wrong, mate.
Okay, so that's the head back on then.
Yes, mate.
Looking good. What else have you been doing? Hang on, you said you've done the timing belt.
I've done the timing belt.
So with that, you've fitted the new water pump. You'd actually done that in the last video.
Yeah.
You reckon it's going to be a much better water pump as well now, because the veins are a bit bigger. Yeah, there's the new belt. That's the Daco timing belt there. And you've fitted a new tensioner.
Yeah, I fitted a new tension. It needed that, dude.
Was that a big job?
No.
How long did that take?
It's just a few minutes, really.
So talk us through the process of replacing a timing belt, because for me, if I was to be told, oh, it needs a whole new timing belt change, mate, that sounds like a big job.
Well, it's not a big job, but it's just you've got to be careful and get it right.
Is it time consuming?
No, not really. No, it's not. It's honestly, it's dead simple as long as you just follow the book and do it properly.
So how have you done this then? What was the process?
Well, you put it on keep it on the safe timing marks.
Yep. So you've put the head on.
Yep.
You then put these wheels back on.
Yep.
You've put the tensioner back in and the water pump.
Yep.
Do you put the belt on before you've got all that on, or do you put that on at the end and stretch it over, so to speak?
What you do is you've got your bottom pulley still off at the time.
Yeah.
And there's a gear on the bottom of the crank.
Okay, let's have a look at that. Can we see that down there? Probably not. Oh yes, I see it. Yeah.
So then you've put it on the bottom, tight all the way around this run here.
Yeah.
What I normally do.
Oh, you've gone. Where have you gone?
Because you need a third hand. Either a clothes peg or...
A clothes peg?
Something like that. It's just that holds it there.
Oh, so that holds the belt on that.
So then you've got... So you want this side tight. You want it timed up on your timing marks with your timing tool, which I ain't got in at the minute. You put it on the bottom, and you bring it round here. Your tension is slackened right off.
Yeah.
And you slip it on there.
Yes.
And then you tension it up. Well, no, you put the bottom pulley on then. Okay. Put the bottom pulley on, then you tension it all up.
How do you tension it up? How do you get it from a slack belt to a nice tight belt?
This is the self-adjusting one, so you have this there, and you turn this Allen keyhole here.
Yeah.
And that pointer will be up here.
Yeah.
And as you turn this anti-clockwise, that pointer goes down. When the pointer's pointing to that V, then you lock the lock nut up.
Okay, I understand. And so that's nice and tight. In fact, it's exceptionally tight. Is there a tightness that needs to be?
No,
is there a
specific... There's a spring in this thing that does it all.
Okay, so automatically
that's just the base setting.
Yeah. And then it does it when it's going, basically. It tightens itself up.
But it keeps itself tight, yeah.
Okay.
If you watch this, look, can you see if I put... You have to go around the other side.
Oh, let's go around the other side.
Go look at the pointer on the tent. I'm just going to make...
Yeah.
So it's on a spring inside.
Oh, I can see that spring going up and down at the bottom now. Good. Good quality belt, by the looks of things.
Dacos are, they've been on the way forever.
Yeah, looks good. So timing belt's on.
Yeah, I'm leaving the cover off to now, because we'll start it up with the cover off to make sure we've got no leaks in these cam seals.
So what are you waiting for now then?
Coolant.
Yeah, I haven't bought any yet.
No.
I need to get down to the coolant shop, but as you know, I've been working, as I say.
Coolant
so I need to order the coolant. It's 6.2 litres at the moment. It's very expensive, but yes. Then we can just tip it in. We don't need to worry about diluting it down. Good stuff. It is very expensive. Very expensive. I don't know how much you'd be expecting to pay for oat coolant ready mix, but...
How much is it?
Well, it's like 50 odd quid.
No.
Yeah.
No, don't pay that.
No, exactly. But we'll have a look. That's why I tasked you to have a look.
No, I've got mechanicking to do. And the trouble is, my old mate, I left you a big lump of receipts of the stuff I've spent, and they got disappeared, they did.
Well, no, they're in the glove box. I didn't want them to blow away whilst we were on our test drive.
Got stuck under the mat, to be fair.
It's been
brushed under the carpet.
Well, it's been filed, pending further action.
Yeah, hoping I'll forget about it.
No, absolutely not. We'll see you, Ray. And actually, the good people of YouTube, they're paying for you to have.
Bless them.
All these parts and bits and pieces. Right, what else? So hang on a minute. I'm seeing all these gubbins and stuff just kicking around. That's obviously the top of the engine there. Yeah. What parts have you got out on here? These are all your tools. It's a bit organised chaos.
There's no parts there.
You've got torque wrench. You've got your cam turner that you made that we discussed. That's your your gauge, your angular gauge.
Yeah.
All your bits and pieces here. Nissan Micro Flame Red. I'm guessing that's what you've been using.
Yeah, because I keep nipping out and doing a bit, and so I think to myself, and your mum will shout at me to do something. So
what's this? This looks old.
Oh, that's my colloidal graphite that I put on the threads when I tighten the head down. Oh. It's the slipperiest stuff known to man. So it just makes it easier to. There's not so much friction between the bolt heads and the head.
Okay. What's over here? There's loads of stuff over here.
So when you're tightening it down, it doesn't go.
Yeah. That makes sense. These are the parts left to go on. Engine mounting. What's this here?
Power steering belt tensioner.
Oh, right, that's got to go on.
It's pinned back so I can get the bolts on.
Okay. These are the old dowels, and then your nuts and bolts here. So far, you've managed to put everything in that came off. You've not broken any bolts.
No. I'll be honest with you, son. If you'd got me some coolant here and I just popped out here for a couple of hours, it'd be done tonight. But
yeah,
I'm not going to do.
I haven't got you any coolant, I'm afraid.
There's no panic.
I've let the team down there.
There's no panic. I keep helping your mum with her decorating and.
Yeah, Mum's decided to do some decorating and bits and pieces. We're getting closer. It's nearly a week to the Rustival now. It's next Saturday, the 9th. So we're getting closer. Will we be up and running?
That's why I've not been waiting for you. I've decided I'm going to crack on, Gromit.
With a week to go, are you confident?
No.
Well, we'll do our little road trip.
I'm not confident. I'll not have any blinking coolant.
No, I'll get you some coolant, I promise. Good stuff. Any challenges on the way with that one? Anything that caused you grief?
Getting the coolant.
But putting it all back together, you're happy?
Yeah, but I was careful, son. All them rusty old threads on the blooming manifold and that, I cleaned them all up. And
so I left you yesterday at, what time did I leave here yesterday? 4 o'clock. And you were waiting for the sealant. Then you sent me the photograph to say, I've actually put it all back together. With the head, not on the car. So from that point, when you've got the block back to get the head back together, all the valves in, all the cams in, how long did it take to get to that point where we are now?
Well, it's hard to say. 2.5 hours.
Yeah, okay.
Just popping out and doing a bit here and there. I took your mum to a meeting, and then I come and did a bit, and then I picked your mum up, and then I had some cup of tea, and then I did a bit more.
But if you were working in the main dealer on that bit...
Yeah, but in the main dealer, mate, I should have been in with the old air ratchet. Chuck it out and do the next one, yeah.
50 minutes?
No.
Good. So what's left to do?
Inlet manifold, put all the hoses on, hang the engine mounting on roughly and start her up really, want to get the coolant.
And then we'll see.
It's just...
See how we go.
In all honesty, there's an hour's work, that's all.
Left to do.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, good stuff, thank you. Well, there you have it then. It's pretty much, as you heard Dad say, an hour away from being complete, and then straight on the road to Rustival. Maybe not. We've got a few bits to do in the meantime, including give it a good clean. Hope you've enjoyed this update. Looking good. Looking more of an engine. It's actually very beautiful seeing all that sealant, the orange of the sealant, the little glints from the oil, and the red of the flame red Nissan Micra. It's weird, but it is a beautiful thing to see. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, like the video, please. That really does help. If you haven't already subscribed, it's free to do so, and it keeps you up to date with stuff on the channel. Well, it makes us look better because it makes us look like more people are watching the channel. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Till next time, have a great day. Let me know in the comments below what you think, if you've enjoyed this so far. Till next time, have a great day. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the K-Series engine, 1.8 litre.
Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. John here on an update I didn't think I was going to be giving you today. A few days, literally a few days before the Rustival Festival. And well, as you can see, the car is outside and you can probably hear that it's burbling away nicely. When we last spoke, Dad had nearly got the head back together. He'd got the top to put on and a few other twiddly bits and pieces to do. But it's fixed. Let's have a chat with Dad. Let's have a look around and see what he's done since the last update on the Rover 75. And I can tell you for now, just by listening, she sounds so much better than she did 6 days ago. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, it is a good evening because, well, I've turned up and, well, this is on the driveway. And as we heard in the introduction, it's tick, 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 ticking away. You've turned the engine off now to let it cool down a little bit. When we last spoke to you, it was still in disrepair. Is it fixed?
Well, I've had it run up to temperature twice.
Okay.
And it's not been sick yet. Just need to go driving on the roads now, don't
Yeah,
we?
Road Test 2.0 is coming in the next video. But that sounds good. You've sent me a video of the first startup. We'll have a look at that video of the first startup now. So we've just heard that first startup, she was quite rattly. Yeah, I know. Well, you've opened the bonnet and not done any fanfare. So do you want to shut the bonnet again and we can do a false Jeopardy fanfare?
This is my engine.
Right, here we go. Right, round two. Oh my goodness. Open the bonnet. Da, 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 da. Oh, wow. It's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Rover 75 K16 engine. A 1.8 litre.
Excellent. Wow, look at that under there. It's spotless. Blimey heck. Well, at least the rest of the car is filthy. The engine bay, it's looking good. What you're telling us is you've put it back together.
I put it back together and I've had it run up to temperature twice.
Yeah.
And I did the thing. I watched the video by Jules.
Oh, yeah. Is that Jules Violin?
Yes, on how to do the thing.
Yeah.
Then I wrote it down and I've done it twice successfully.
That is the temperature on the dash. We'll have a look at that in another video. We will have a look at that.
It's true what they say. The difference between 85 on the gauge and 105, it doesn't move. The gauge is not very good.
That's the temperature gauge.
Yeah.
So it's no good.
In the car it didn't, no.
But there is a workaround that we found, and thanks to Jules Violin for making that video, to show us how to enter that secret super duper menu, which you didn't
to
know
make old
about.
blokes like me who understand how to do it.
Yeah, but as someone who was trained by Rover, at Cowley, to work on the Rover 75, to be a master technician, you didn't know about that.
I never used to use it, you just put the clip on.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Not a clip, well, clips for Renault, isn't it?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The T4, wasn't
T4.
it? T4. Right.
That's a T4. When I first went on the course for that, it was called Test Book. And I've got something I want to show you.
Oh, right, okay. What's this you found?
Let's find the book. Oh, where is it?
Can you find it?
It's in here somewhere, I'll be bound, unless I've got distracted and chucked it out. We was given these to sew onto your overalls.
Oh, cool! Now, how cool is that?
That goes back to the 1990s when Cobest and Microcheck was going out of fashion.
Now, how long has that been sat in your toolbox there?
No idea when T4, well, Test Book come out.
There
Can't
you
remember.
go.
It's the 1990s.
25 years, maybe. Okay, brilliant. Right, talk us through it then, because well, not only does that look absolutely bloody stunning under there, you've obviously cleaned it, I can tell, but you've done some heavy mechanical work on there.
Just turn it off now.
Yeah, turn it off. We've heard
now.
her ticking away.
We're wasting petrol now.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Right, so last time we spoke,
Yes, mate.
I'm going to use the non-mechanical term, all the top was off, and all this was off, and all this was off, and all this was off.
That's right.
Waiting for a rebuild, and the timing cover carrier was off.
Yeah.
What have you had to do, and
I
how
was
long
doing
has it
like I
taken
did before. Can you remember? You said, "What are you doing, Dad?" I'm taking bits off, mate.
Yeah.
I was putting bits on, mate.
All right, okay. That's it then, end of video. Thanks for watching. We've put it back together. You've been busy. How long has it taken you to put that, from the last video to this process? A couple of hours?
I came out yesterday and just put it together.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon I put it together.
Okay.
That's that video I sent you. You know, I got it still.
Yeah.
The engine was still on the jack when I first fired it up, just to see if the oil seals were leaking at the end.
Yeah. So, well, you've put it back together basically. Basically, you have done the head gasket change, but in that you've also done the valves.
Yes, mate.
You've done all the seals, everything.
Well, what I've done, I've tried to do everything that everybody's told us to do.
Yeah.
And
You've drilled holes in thermostats. You've
some people
taken
say
jiggle valves out.
Some people say leave the jiggle valve in. Some people say take the jiggle valve out. Some people say drill a 1 mm hole in the thermostat. Some say drill a 5 mm hole in the thermostat. What else is there? Anyway, I've tried to do everything that all the kind people have helped me with.
Yeah.
Because they've helped me a lot. Really.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what it's all about, isn't
I've
it?
tried
We've
to
had
do everything.
Very minimal negative comments.
When I was working about this, I suddenly thought, I don't think there's one size fits all with these Rover 75s.
No?
And a really interesting one was that one from that guy that worked at Rover. Basically, some of them had got faulty heads.
Oh yeah.
So if we've got one of them, we're doomed.
But I don't know if that's true or not. Is that an urban myth, or who knows? We don't know, do we?
There.
But you know,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I've
no,
had TFs that I couldn't stop overeating.
Yeah, and you reckon it's because it had
I've
a
had
faulty
75s I couldn't stop overeating.
Well, fingers crossed this isn't one of them.
Mr. Lamb's 75 wouldn't stop overeating.
There you go.
I can't remember the latest TF, but it was always putting the fan on.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
I changed the radiators, head gaskets twice, water pumps. I changed everything.
This is on a different one, and you couldn't stop it from overheating.
Couldn't stop it from putting the fan on.
Ah.
It was put the fan on all the time. You had go uptown and it put the fan on.
Could be for one of them faulty units then, couldn't it? Anyway, ours, hopefully, is no longer faulty. Oh, it really is beautiful. It is absolutely stunning, you know, under there. You've really made it shine, and actually I can smell that you've sort of given it a clean with some silicone spray.
PTFE.
Well, confident?
Well, just when it go on the road.
Yes, we have.
I've had this run up to temperature twice now.
Yeah.
Up to the fans cutting in.
But you say that, we also had it up to temperature last time.
Can you remember
we
when
had
we come
road
back
test
off road test before and the fan wouldn't switch off?
Yeah, it wouldn't. No. It kept on and on and on. It was on for ages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely longer than 35 seconds.
I had a job to get the fans to come on today. I had to shut the bonnet down. I'm outside, you see, there's a bit of a draft blowing.
Yeah. But that's good news, though. Heater matrix, have you tested the wind inside the cabin?
Well, it's warmer than it was. It's all put back together, that is.
Yeah, all put back together. I genuinely cannot get over how beautiful that looks under there.
Well, this is the important bit under here.
Well, this is the bit that people at the Rustival are going to want to see, because this is the bit that they've seen on the internet the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Touch wood.
You know, up here is certainly not.
We need a little road test, then we need the mega road test, then we need the super duper mega road test.
Yes. We've got a few days, so we've got about a week.
Anyway,
no, we haven't got a week. We've got 4 days. 4 days until the Rustival. We need, as you say, a mini road test, and then a mega road test, and then the mega road test is obviously we're taking it to Gaydon. Excellent, fantastic. I know you said you've put stuff on. Just for my and for the viewers' benefits, what stuff have you had to put back on?
Oh, sorry. Well, you saw me last time. I'd got the head on, hadn't I?
Yeah, so the head was on.
So it's the belts, pulleys,
Yeah.
manifold,
Yeah.
manifold,
Yeah.
hoses.
Yeah.
That's about it, really, son, isn't it?
This engine mount.
This,
had to
mate,
go
and the
back
one
on.
underneath as well that I'd head off.
Blimey neck, you've worked very hard.
Well, I just didn't like how dirty it was under here, so I cleaned it.
How did you clean it? What have you done? Jet wash or?
I squirted some of that cheap degreaser on it and then just give it a careful jet wash without getting on the alternator and what have you.
And then PTFE.
Yeah, just make it shine a little bit, isn't it?
Well, it certainly has made her shine, and you've certainly done a good job. You're confident with the repairs then?
Better than the damn thing was last time, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly, hopefully. Well, it's better than having a rotten head gasket, which it certainly did. And when I say rotten, if you haven't seen that video, it certainly was posh rotten, wasn't it? It'd totally gone wrong.
Doesn't she run better though?
Yeah. Start up. Let me put my camera under here. Have a listen to this. Because it was running a bit tappity, 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 tappity. It's quiet, isn't it? Nice and quiet.
Better than it was. Better than it was, dude.
And what do you think is attributed to that? What's made it quieter?
Getting them valves closing properly, I should think,
Yeah.
for a start. And I wouldn't be surprised if that gasket wasn't rattling around in there somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Twanging and
Twanging
making
and barking
vibrations
and banging and all that sort of stuff.
And I've really mega flushed it out.
Have you? What did you get? Loads of crud out?
Yeah,
What, out of the whole system?
yeah, because I filled it up and run it up with plain rainwater in it last night.
Yeah.
And
so
the
you can
theory is
see.
it's mildly acidic. I thought that'll get the lime scale out.
Yeah.
And I've run it up twice today with proper coolant in.
Yeah, I managed to get some oat coolant from Holford's. It was actually quite a good value in the end.
Yeah, it was better than everywhere else.
Yeah, it was. It was cheap. It was sort of 20, 25 quid for enough to do 2 cars anyway.
Nearly enough, not. Because this one's 3.1 litres of coolant antifreeze goes in it.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand. We had 5.
50%,
fair
you see.
enough. Well, she's looking good, mate.
Let's just hope it goes as well as it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. The proof will be in the pudding, won't it? It'll be in the test drive, which will be the next video. I'm gonna ask you the question. Did you enjoy it, or has it just been a bit of a labour of love?
No, it's become a bit of a problem because it's not. Well, it might still be a problem, might it?
I don't know, do we?
Might still be a problem. It's become. I just suddenly realised I might be on a loser.
In what sense? Because it might have a faulty
It might
head.
have been faulty all the time it's been a car.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fix it, am I?
No.
What really stressed me out when I stood and thought about it, that it's had so much done to it and it's still wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Why in God's name have they changed the ECU? Why have they changed, radiator, water pump, head gasket's been done, ECU, you name it, it's been done to it. So if we fixed it, we fixed it.
But if not,
We're up a creek without a paddle.
does anyone want to buy a Rover 75?
One of your viewers had one of these. He says it did everything, even changed the head.
Yeah.
And it still did it.
Maybe it's just the curse of the Rover 75.
If you want my honest opinion, I still think it's probably the water pump that's going to cure this.
Really?
Yeah, I was dubious about that water pump we took off.
Now that's an interesting theory.
I
Talk
think-
me through that.
I think the vanes was getting closer to the cone inside that they run again on this one compared to the old one.
And why would that make a difference?
This could probably be more efficient pumping round.
What, so better water flow?
Yeah,
You reckon that's going to make a difference?
I have a kind of feeling.
Well, we'll soon find
But
out.
let's
won't
face
we?
it, we're looking at all the people, lots of people say, I did this and it fixed it. And somebody else does something different and it fixed theirs.
Yeah.
But they've all had the same problem, blinking overheating. We'll see.
We will see. That is the right attitude. We will see, won't we? Because we're going to do,
It's not the end of the world, is it?
No.
But if it all goes pear-shaped, anybody want a project?
More content. Content 2.0. Head gasket again.
We'll
No, we
change
won't.
it. It's too much trouble to change it to a diesel, isn't it?
Well, A lot of people in the comments are saying, well, you probably should have bought a 2-litre diesel. Maybe I should. Where's the fun in that?
Why don't we get one of them old Perkins DI diesels that they used to have in the Maestro and Montego?
Yeah, whack it in.
Like an old boat engine. It was an old boat engine.
We could
Now that's the Rover SD1.
We could do an engine swap. What sort of engine could we slap in a Rover 75? Fiat 1.3 multi-jet.
Let's not worry about it.
No, let's not worry about it for now. Right, okay. So next video then, road test. What else have you got left to do? Anything?
The under tray's got to go on, mate.
Oh yeah, under tray's got to go back on.
While I've been messing about.
Good stuff. Let's give you a little view then underneath this engine bay, because I know you'll be excited to see it. Look how clean it is under there. That's beautiful. The power steering reservoir. This engine mounting is lovely. All under here. Stunning. You've done a grand job, you know.
Well, I didn't like to see it looking dirty.
You've done
Might go better if it's clean.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Motorbikes go better if they're clean.
This is nice. This is shiny. All down there, beautiful. You've really done a good job at cleaning off. It's not Concours yet, though. So are you going to carry on?
No.
Good stuff.
Hey, we've got 2 chances now, don't we?
Yeah. If we don't get to the Rustival in this, then the AA man can tow us there.
We might get as far as Maybo.
From me, thank you very much for all your hard work.
Excellent.
I know it has been us fighting about with the Rover 75.
This one's been a bit of a pain in the bum, really.
Yeah, well, and we've also neglected sort of 20 other cars in the fleet that we need to...
Well, you're going to have to talk to your mum about that. 'Cause she's got a plan.
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
What, she's going to buy my car fleet?
She's got a plan for me.
Right, fair enough. Well, there's loads of stuff coming to the channel. I'm on the Rover 75 still. Yeah, good. Thank you very much. You don't want to keep it then?
What? Me?
Yeah.
I don't want a blinking Rover 75. A Peugeot 406, mate.
Yeah, you've got your van here. Right, good. Top banana.
Thanks for all the info, folks.
Good stuff. Well, there you have it then. Not only has the absolute legend, fingers crossed, fixed the Rover 75, but the head gasket saga has hopefully come to an end. I hope you've enjoyed the little mini series of the head gasket. The next part will be us taking it for a test drive. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel, please do. I suppose the last word has got to be from you.
Am I insured on it?
Yeah?
I'll take your mum out in it. Take your mum for a... I can see your mum there, sitting in this.
There you go. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Take care. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. If you've enjoyed this video, I've selected a few more specially for you on this page. Click either side to select them now. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to always stay up to date with the channel.